mind because I guess this is. No, you know what? I'm saying it. This is like a vacation for me. This is like a DM vacation for me, and I'm almost out of beer. Like this was the last I had. I bought one can.
Oh. Who buys one can?
This dumbass, apparently.
Yeah, Oh, I do want to ask though. When it comes to that swear jar, does it follow you or does it stay connected to the DM?
Well, yeah, it should. I'm trying to be a little bit better when it comes to it.
Okay.
Damn it. Okay, so 20 gold into the stream because we're live.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. I'm over here now. I hope you guys are having fun. Welcome to the Vereldium stream. Guess what? I am not the DM today. Horsenio is going to be running his very, very first ever Dungeons & Dragons game. As our DM, welcome. This is a community-based stream. If you would like to come and join us in a wonderful community, you can see our little link right over there. It's at the top of Horsenio. So please come on in. You can join. This is a recurring game. This is all handpicked by Horsenio, the people who he likes the most and wanted to curate the best. This is a homebrew stream, and also there is a bonus to this. Every subscription and every donation that happens today is going directly to Horsenio after taxes because Twitch still takes that out of my my remissions. So everything is going to be going directly to Horsenio for today. So if you guys feel extra gifty, by all means, let everybody know. Horsenio will be getting all of that. And for this, this is a very homebrew stream. There's going to be a lot of things that you could do. You're going to see your trouble bubbles accruing at the bottom of the stream, at the bottom of the chat. By all means, take care of that and send in whatever you would like. You can gift money, wealth, supplies, a bunch of other cool stuff. There will not be any inspiration cards today, but there will be inspiration. So you cannot buy inspiration. We just have to do our best to make Horsenio feel as loved and as welcome as we all need to let him know he's loved and welcome, and just slightly torment him because this is our 44th episode. So you have 43 episodes of seeing how you can do it to me. But with that, I'm going to hand this back over to Horsenio. Take this away.
So good evening, everyone. Good morning or good afternoon, because I'm pretty sure this is going to end up on YouTube, so it depends on when you start to watch this. But yeah, welcome to the Vereldium stream. And as you can tell, this is something new that we are trying. And to give context, I started playing D&D about a year ago as a player, and I loved every minute of it. I had considered DMing before, but I was always on the fence. And it just so happens that around this time that I started, this is when this campaign started as well. So each week we would add on to this saga, and I was always onto the fence of it. And eventually, because of all the support that the community had, I was given the opportunity to add on to this legacy, and it's in my own way. Everyone here gave me the push I needed to really give this a shot, a one shot, if you will. But yeah, as Bizarchus did say one time, take a break from the real world, step into mine, and relax. We did that every week, and this week is no different. But the only thing is, this time is going to be through my eyes. So, is everyone ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Here we go. So, I guess we should go down the line and see who, and have everyone introduce themselves first and tell a little bit about their character, right? That's how we do these things?
Absolutely. Oh, I'm first. Oh, crap. I'm so sorry. I'm really new to being on the other side of this table. You see this newest character of the caravan coming in. This is a creature wearing a crow's mask, covered in a pawafwi, which is an underdark cloak. As they come forward, they put their hand on their mask and pull it off to show another crow mask, and then pull that one off to show a raven face. The masks were redundant and only for this joke. This is Bokam Mosam, the Kenku monk. who will only speak in famous quotes throughout the entire night.
This is gonna break me so fast.
Do not worry, because I also brought...
Sorry.
It's fine. We all brought new characters, except for Brina.
And Sulfur.
And Sulfur.
And so forth. So that one.
Sulfur.
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 Yep.
Speaking of,
Okay.
Sir Kerotan, would you like to introduce your turtle?
Why, yes, Horsenio! Streaming from the depths of the river Feldensburg. Outstretched a spear with a skull. Kind of looks like a demon cat with horns on a spear. And a tortoise shell. Wait, there's no turtle on that one. Oh, there's the turtle holding the shell. As Giotto Bondom of Forged Warrior Priest Spirit thing of Melora. I forgot how words work, and I'm not going with that accent either. Has Joy kind of just offering his services to the Vanguard and the caravan?
This is a stunning anecdote.
Yes, it is. I also am here on the Twitches when I stream, which was the last time I think, according to my analytics, was sometime in February. Check me out when I do stream again, probably in the next 2 years. We'll see. And I am also the one of two of my lovely love of life Nub Muffins. Hi, babe. Ready to kick ass with this turtle that has only gone through like 4 or 7 class changes.
Speaking of your significant other, I accidentally deleted her character token. Can you bring Brenda back, please?
I got it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
like Irish just pointed that out. He's like, "Wait, I deleted it." I'm looking at myself going, "I am here."
I'm so sorry.
I was wondering where she went. I was like, wait a minute, why is there 4 of you?
I'm not used to being on this side, all right? I'm going to make some mistakes.
It's
okay.
Wait. Does someone say steak?
Yes.
It was in there.
Is
Hey.
that like the word of the day, or?
No, I think that was just a mistake.
But
Yeah. It only
Oh.
happens when the stakes are high.
Oh my
I
god.
prefer them well done.
This is a rare opportunity to introduce Night Haze.
Sorry, that was terrible jokes, but funny. Hi, my name is Nighthaze95. I'm gonna be playing our lovely strong boy, Sulfur Bloodlust, who is our variant tiefling sorcerer. He of a demonic cult, but we'll get to that later. I am also the other half of our DM for the one shot, when usually we're just a player. So congrats on his debut. I'm so proud. I do stream on Twitch here and there. I also have a D&D podcast related to this campaign. Check it out. All the good stuff's there. And I can't wait to see what shiny things I can get for my new boy today.
Mm-hmm. And Madam Nub Muffins, introduce our favorite little kobold, please.
I'm Num Muffins, the other half of Kirtan. And I am playing Britta, the 2-foot-tall kobold barbarian, who apparently the man she's in love with is not here today. So at least you won't have to deal with that. But there's another tiefling that she can talk to at least. Yes, you're here. Okay.
Hello.
Now I can't think, so okay.
I love this game so much.
Last but not least, the woman of many names, many titles, exactly approximately 3 chicken nugget funnel cake things in a trench coat.
Mm.
Exactly 27 Twitch names.
Yes.
I didn't know how to set up her lower third, so I just put X and then just chicken nuggets because that's always included.
I am an arbitrary number of chicken nuggets, and I will be playing Yahara, who is a bard who tells the stories that the dead wish for the living to hear.
Bless you.
Interesting. Hmm. Well, excuse me and vamp for a little bit because I realized I didn't put certain things for my armor for my tokens.
That's completely fine.
We can
Getting
vamp.
equipment on me.
Yeah, so for the rest of us, this is I am so happy to be on the other side of this for the first time. So 44 episodes this has been going by. We have disabled in the trouble bubbles the cards of inspiration today, only because the cards are kind of tricky if you don't know how to read tarot cards. But inspiration is still happening, so if that we wind up earning it by whatever means necessary, we are going to re-roll or have somebody else re-roll, or we're going to force Horacenio to re-roll, which is going to be a lot of fun. You're going to see that there's going to be some communication that's happening that seems a little bit calculated. That's on purpose. I want everybody to have as much fun as possible, so that's what we're going to do. Oh my god, my cheeks are like tight. They hurt so bad because I'm so proud to see Horacenio at the chair.
Oh, I thought it was your Botox injection you had earlier today.
Actually reminds me.
You caught me. I went down to Tribeca and I'm just like, I gotta do it. It was right next to a brunch place. I got pancakes and I got a little bit of Botox. It was a 2-for-1 deal.
That's
Okay.
a very
Sunday
good deal. It's hard to pass up.
Mm-hmm.
Pancakes and Botox.
I'm claiming the username now.
Don't.
Go for it.
Okay.
10 pancakes and exactly 2 Botox injections.
That is the longest name, but I don't
Yeah,
think that's
is
the
that a
longest
little
name
too
that
long?
you have. I think 3 chicken nuggets in a trench coat is the longest name I've seen on somebody in our Discord. Link at the top.
3.
Oh, also, too, our giveaway is still happening as well. So once that reaches 100, we're going to be giving away another prize that's been gifted to us by a member of the community. So keep those going. And we did a fair amount of marketing for this to get some people to come in. So honestly, there's no pressure because I've found that people watch way more when I am broken, I do something stupid, or something ridiculous happens. People seem to love those episodes, so I'm just going to keep doing that. So if everything crashes and burns, perfect. Let's clip the shit out of it. And I owe 30 gold now. Yeah.
You literally took the most ridiculous of all of us and put us in a room together. So I don't see how that could not happen with this group.
It's very
I
true.
feel like that was kind of the point. Like if you, it's like if you just think about it, everybody's stuck in a room, and it's like, we have a tiefling sorcerer, you have like another kobold that kind of look alike, and then you got new characters, and then a turtle who could just be like smash, and it's just like chaos.
To be fair, the main thing I thought about was just the way y'all RP off of each other and that kind of improv. I completely forgot about how improv can go elsewhere and just go straight on crazy.
Oh, trust
We
me.
didn't.
3 hours is going to go by very fast for you.
Alrighty then, I might as well get started. So, just as a reminder, this is going to be similar to like a little Cowboy Bebop type thing. As of right now, this hasn't taken place anywhere. This takes place before we reach Felden's birth the second time. Mainly because I couldn't think of a reason why you would find this place if you had the airship. More than likely, if you had the airship at the time, you would have completely. There would be no reason for y'all to be here. So just keep that in mind. Anything that happens here will have a minor effect on what's happening right now, or in Fereldium, in the Felden's birth, and all of that. It will affect a few characters, maybe, but it won't have any. We're not going to be changing the timeline or anything like that, or causing a whole multiverse thing. So,
Which would be cool.
without further ado, our story begins where it always does. 4 members, or 5 really, standing together, pondering on what could be the cause of this certain situation. Right now, the entire caravan is moving in between towns. As they travel forward, all of you are either traveling, walking alongside the caravan, riding in the wagons, and so on and so forth, minding your own business. Where eventually, you start to notice that things are starting to get a little darker. The foliage just begins to grow dead and sparse. And a light mist is in the air. Eventually, the caravan reaches almost to a sudden stop. Everyone is confused. Everyone in the caravan, not just you 5. And what ends up happening is it turns out that the animals, the ones carrying the wagons and pushing and pulling the carts, they refuse to budge. It looks like they're afraid, they're spooked of something. And while at the time it looked like you were making great way, all of a sudden you are at a halt. A lot of the caravan members are trying to figure out what's going on. But rather than fight the animals and push them forward when they clearly do not wish to move, the caravan decides to set up camp. In this time, the 5 of you are all curious. Rather than stay in camp, you start to wander outside a little bit further. And that's where we take you to the map. All 5 of you decide to move forward a little further to the right, to the east of the family fire. That's when you realize that you 5 all had a similar idea. Something is wrong. And all 5 of you want to know what exactly is going on. Now, clearly, 2 of you are aware of each other, Miss Brenna and Sir Sulfur. But you are also filled with unfamiliar faces. And Verse.
What? That is how I say hello.
Hello? Hello. How?
How?
You are interesting little bird person. I am
Interesting little bird person. Kyoto. How?
You're awfully cute. I don't think I've seen you before.
I don't think I've seen you before. Bokam Mosam!
I am Britta. It's nice to meet you, Bokam Mosam.
It's nice to meet you.
Bokam Mosam Subam Odam.
It's nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you, Bokam Mosam. I am Sulfur. How do you do?
Sulfur. It's nice to meet you.
Wait, you are Sulfur.
Yes, but you are turtle like my knight, but not knight. Why?
I am not of whatever knighthood you speak of. I am warrior priest of the Wild Mother.
Oh, I am also a warrior. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, though your name confuses me, as it is a ingredient in some of our forging.
Well, I was born in fire.
Ah, metaphor.
No, I was born in a fire. That's how our bloodlusts come to be. We are blessed by fire at birth, giving us our beautiful tone of color.
I was born in metaphor.
I do not know the city metaphor. What is?
so many fine warriors in this group. I hope I can help inspire. I'm Yahara.
You are
Nice.
very tall.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You are very small.
Thank you. I think it comes in handy. It used to bother me, but then I got this, and it can reach whatever I want, so it doesn't matter.
You don't look like anyone would bother you.
Not anymore. I'm so excited to get to fight with you, Sulfur. Kisha talks about you all the time.
I'm glad to spend time with you too, fellow Red One.
It's too bad our Sentinel sister couldn't be here. Or my Sentinel sister, your other sibling.
My student. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly your relationship is, but I know you're very important to Kisha.
And Keisha is very important to me. But you are who I look forward to fighting with today. Kind of puts his hand out. Like, high five.
She totally like jumps to give him a high five. Like, make sure to put a lot of weight into it.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Do we see anything unusual in the environment around us where we've set up camp?
We do see the mist, right, DM?
Yes, you do. It's a light mist in the air. You can still. It's like a light fog. You know it's there, but you can easily see through it.
Any unusual smells, anything like that with the environment?
Rotting foliage. There isn't. There is still some greenery, but it looks like you're reaching the part of where the foliage and the grass and all the plants are starting to die. It looks like if you push forward, you'll find more.
DM, is this like a blight that we're seeing? Are we actually seeing it slowly creep? And can we tell the direction?
It isn't really creeping. It's almost as if you're approaching someone else's territory.
A dead zone.
Mm-hmm.
Giotto. It's a trap! Let's do it!
You are very excited, Bokam. I am ready for this.
I am ready.
We should at least have a look around before settling in.
Smells
I
like
am-
home to me, which is odd, because not home.
I'm gonna activate my magic awareness just to make sure everything looks okay.
In the distance, you hear a scream go, "This is terrible!" And you see Wallen rushing up towards you from the east. In his hands are a bunch of herbs he had been gathering. He figured, might as well, since we're stopped, I can get some supplies. But all of these herbs, they're falling apart. Every time he reached for a new one, or picked one out of the ground, it fell apart like ash. Does anyone know where we are? Does anyone know about the stories about this place?
It's nice to meet you. Are you holding?
Hello. Who? Nice to meet you, too?
Bokam Mosam!
Ah, greetings, Bokam.
Do you know the stories about this place?
I do, and then in the distance, to the west, I do! To the west, you see Keisha, sitting next to the family fire.
Smells like
She
home.
almost looks giddy. Keisha is sitting by the family fire with her Ars Via gem, Ari, open to a specific page, and she just waves. She's almost beckoning you and asking you to come sit. I know this story. It's actually one of my favorites. Is it written right here in Ari?
My favorite story.
Love to
Young
hear
one, I'm
stories.
intrigued of your
story.
knowledge.
Curious. This must be the turtle you speak of, Sulfur.
Yes, this
This
is
is my
student.
Sentinel sister.
Hi. Oh, you're Ooh, there's so many new faces here. And Keisha looks at Gyokto. You're a turtle too, and you have a turtle shield. Oh, hi. My name is Keisha Bloodlust, and I am a turtle, like you. I am traveling with everybody so I can make new friends, like you, and learn new things and create amazing stories about our adventures for my future children to hear, just like my ancestors before me. So I hope we can all be great friends. So it's a pleasure to meet all of you.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
It is a pleasure to meet all of you.
And you as well.
Oh.
And
Oh.
also with you.
Trying hard not to break.
Sulfur kind of sticks his hand in pats Keisha's shoulder. Young one, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but what of this story?
Oh,
Remember,
right.
we've been working on focus.
Yes. Okay. So, this is one of my favorites, and my parents would tell me this one all the time. So, this is a tale of a hero, and I've always wanted to meet this person. So, this looks a lot like what that tale is, and we might be meeting a legend. So, initially, this was a warrior with an iron will. This creature is bound to his final battlefield, cursed to forever walk the plane of the living. Now legend has it that this warrior had hunted and fought a powerful necromancer. Their unbreakable spirit never waned and was constantly praised. As their final battle neared its end, their adversary admired their opponent's unwavering spirit. And as a final act of defiance, the Death Mage cast the spell, magically chaining the warrior's body and soul to the battlefield before being struck down by his blade. Now rumors had spread of merchants and travelers suddenly disappearing, stating that they were lured to their deaths. Before long, the passageway had been closed off. Hearing of these stories, nearby towns would send mercenaries and willing fighters to rid themselves of the problem, but to no avail. Decades had passed, and only a small handful had escaped his blade. Over time, the appearance of this being had changed. There are variations where people think the warrior made a pact with an aberrant mind, while others have stated that he is really a she who uses her charm to bury her victims alive as they calmly lose their breath. The common tale spoke of a lantern of sorts. Before, people would say he would just strike you down, but now he's in possession of a lantern, collecting the souls of the fallen to sate his vitality. Some say he collects the souls for a reason. He knows not, only that he knows that he must. Two thoughts are forever ingrained in his mind. One, fulfilling his duty as a collector of souls, and two, seeking an end to his bindings of this land. Now some say he acts as a ferryman for lost souls, while others say he longs for his curse to end. Many seek him out, hoping to end his curse and take his life, or end their own. I've always wanted to meet this warrior ever since I heard of this sad tale. Not only did I wish to test my own skills against him,
That is quite a tale of woe.
It is, but it's exciting because we're so close to it. We might be meeting him soon. But I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's a
Sad,
trap!
though, that so many people would come just to try to kill him. Doesn't it seem like you would want to help him?
Well, the stories do change. Many towns would have come up with their own variations. Some would to change and scare children and all of that, so that the children would behave and everything of the sort. Others would change it in a way so that people would stay away from their town as a way of protection. But the main way is that, yes, people think it's sad, but no one has been brave enough to come face him, and those that do never seem to return.
And I chose today to not prepare or remove curse.
A shame, really. A few moments later, you notice that the fog is getting a little thicker.
We've never
I-
seen a fog quite like this before.
I think... I mean, it's one thing that maybe he's inviting us to come, but it could be another thing that he wants us to go away. I
Well-
need everyone to make a perception check. That's exciting, man. Maybe I'll do a roll.
My first roll as a character.
Kid. We can only go up from here.
Oh, wow. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let me see. It's 8 to 11.
I don't have advantage. I think I'm just rolling a ton.
Yeah, okay. I'll take the
Well, and
first one
I
then.
assumed that since we were outside, I should roll at disadvantage. So I rolled at disadvantage. So.
Okay. Let's see, 9. 8, 20. So Brenna and Bizarchus, or Brenna and Bocam,
Bocam Mosam.
you hear footsteps running further into the fog. Whereas everyone else, because I got a 17, 20, and a crit, you notice a small figure running away from the campsite. Something with red hair.
¡Tú ese espío!
You hear in the caravan, farther south, you hear a woman screaming, "Has anyone seen my daughter? Where's Wendy? Where'd she go?"
Oh no! Did you guys just heard somebody running into the fog? You don't think it was that person's little girl, do you?
I
Did
did
your
not hear someone, but I saw it.
I saw someone with red hair.
We should go and find out, right?
Did your daughter have red hair?
Yes. She's always getting into trouble.
Think of
Too
the
dangerous for
children!
everyone's in the fog. We must seek her out.
We've got to go find her. Wendy! Wendy, stop running!
She went that way, and I think it's like me, Ahara, and
It would be Yohara, Incursion, and Sulfur. Yes.
I'll
Oh,
stand
did I
up
not
from the
change-
fire and walk that way.
Oh, Incursion. Sorry, Kiro, your name isn't changed in the.
did I change it now?
There you go. So Giotto, God dang it, Giotto, Sulfur, and Iohara. It's all a figure.
The
Running
second
north.
that Ioto pointed in the direction, Brenna just takes off, yelling, "Wendy, wait! Wendy, wait!"
Uh-oh.
Brenna, I know we like friends, but wait.
Rangers lead the way! And I take off after them.
All right. Well, adventure runs off.
Time to make haste.
All right. So since everyone, well, is Yohara
Oh yeah,
going? Okay.
we'll be
Since
back to
everyone-
hear the rest of the stories, Keisha.
Oh, thank you. I wish I could go with you, but there's a lot of children here, and they seem like they need to be distracted by some stories too. So, when you find Wendy, bring her back safe. And oh, before you go, I need you to ask something if you ever do meet him. After you've introduced yourselves and stated your business, like I do when meeting new people, could you tell him, "With this thread, I remain"? I want to know how they react.
With this thread, I remain.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do so.
Thank you, and good luck.
Thank you. Be safe.
Yohara!
Yes.
Hurry up!
Think of the
I
children!
run along behind.
Wendy, Wendy!
And-
Wendy, where did you go?
See, with that, does everyone want to gear themselves up before they just go? I'm assuming everyone geared themselves up before they ran.
Oh, sure.
I would have geared myself up the second the caravan stopped.
Okay.
Hmm.
Does anyone want to say it, or did you already figure this out earlier this week?
We figured it out, but we can absolutely go through it just so that we can say it all out loud, just in case.
Go for it.
So, let me go first. I think I was the first one to throw it into the tactics in Discord. I'm going to take the Alchemist's Haft. I'm going to take an Acid Vial, an Alchemist Fire, a Bursting Pouch, Booming Gel, Carrion Essence, Holy Water, and Chaff Suspension. So I have all the elements if I want. I'm going to take
You are
Akeisha's
the
lunch.
avatar.
Thank you. I'm going to take Akeisha's lunchbox, a dagger that screams, which I've made into my unique weapon. It's literally just a normal dagger, and it just screams when I take it out of the scabbard. That's it. That's all it does. 2 greater healing potions, and I want to take 2 of the Dalo fireball charges.
I saw that, and now I'm afraid.
I am going to take a Kish's lunchbox, the Sunderous Maul, the Frost Giant Strength Belt, Adamantine Half Plate, 1 Greater Healing Potion, the tea set, and then the Ring of Protection if nobody wanted it.
Okay, and Giotto?
Um,
Oh, I'm sorry, you're eating.
we'll be taking. That's incursion. Be gone. Going to be taking the Cambion Spear of Flame, the Ioun Stone of Protection, the Off-Laden Stone with the major Off-Laden Stone that had Ice Knife in it, the Winged Boots, and do we still have some diamonds? I didn't see.
2.
I believe. Yeah, we should have 2 left.
300 gold pieces worth.
We have 2.
I will take one of those.
And Yahara, sorry.
Yahara, being so new, did not outfit anything, so she's going with what she has on her.
Perfect. Alrighty then.
Hard mode.
Let's-
I love it.
Brenna is literally going to grab the Cloak of Protection and be like, somebody put this on. This is awful waste. Here, Yahara, please at least wear this.
Thank you, Brennan. It's so kind.
Alright, is everyone prepared?
I
We're
am. I'd
forgetting
like to-
sulfur, I believe.
Oh,
I just realized I forgot my girlfriend. I'm sorry.
Happens.
Tisk tisk. I am gonna take my Sulfur Specialty Edition Keisha lunchbox with new stickers on it. The Dagger of Venom +1. The Wand of Being Extra. I think we still have a Greater Healing Potion left, right? Yes, no?
Do we have
Maybe.
We should. Yeah, we have a lot.
Okay, I just want one. And then hold on, there was an item I just saw. Oh, he's gonna take just a dragon fang, just to carry, just to accessorize. He likes to look larger than he is.
Do you
All
want
right.
that as a weapon as we're like running?
Nonsense, and you just kind of carry it while like running.
I could, as long as we're not being. Once we find the girl, I could make that into a weapon. Just give me an hour.
If we have the time. For now, I shall keep it as its form.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I
Now that
like
we've-
your special lunchbox. I should paint Sentinel Sister on mine. That would be perfect.
Oh my god.
Thank you. I had asked Keisha one day why it looked like this, and she said it was because we're family now.
So now that we've gone around, is it okay if I pick just a couple more things?
Go for it.
I'd like to get a pair of the boots of Elvenkind. If nobody's going to take the animated shield, Cheryl, I want to take that with me. Okay. And, yeah, that's all the I'm sorry, I'd like to take the attunable Wand of Wonder.
Ooh. Okay. Let's see. Just realized I need to hide things from y'all. Fog of War and all that. Okay, so is everyone ready? Does everyone feel like they've been outfitted?
Sure. Before we get started, so Bokam Mosam is a monk. He's level 9 and he's pure monk, but he's the Way of Mercy. So as long as you're nearby, or if you're within 55 feet, because I'm fast, as long as you're within 55 feet of me, I can touch you with a single key point and grant you healing. Or I could do the exact same thing again and do harm to an enemy. So I can either do necrotic or I can heal you, but you have to be close. So nobody fly if you don't have to, but if you have to, I guess I could try to jump. But I can run across walls and I can do the guy from the New Testament thing and and run across water.
Whoa.
Some sweet parkour.
That's like the second time that Catholicism has come up in this stream so far. Start making a tally.
Catholicism, wow.
Third time.
Also, when you said fast boy, I was like, I'm fast as fuck, boy.
I think you have to make a donation to the bid now. I almost feel
that
like
has to be a donation.
No. We actually talked about this. Is that I am the only one who has the swear jar because that was like a me thing. I said it in the beginning. Nobody else has to do that, but I'm the one who's supposed to do it. So I tried not to say that specific thing, but Horace knew what I was trying to do.
Yeah, well, I'm getting called out on it, so I'll do it anyway. I have the points. It's fine.
Nice.
Okay. So is everyone fully ready for this outfit? This adventure of yours, excursion, whatever you'd like to call it?
I feel ready to go.
All right. Now we move on to the map. Tales from the Dead.
Ooh, I see nothing.
It
Oh, there I am.
It's very dark in here.
Yep,
Bottom right
you
hand
will be
corner.
starting in the bottom right corner.
Corner beak.
There we go.
Oh. I also want to snuggle with you, sweet boy. I said that out loud. I'm sorry.
And clip.
Oh, he wants the lovies. Oh, sweet baby.
I was looking away, so I assumed you were talking with Arsenio at that moment.
I did too.
I'm sorry. I was saying it to my cat. Oh.
I had switched to roll 20, so I didn't see what was going.
And that is a card of inspiration. Good job, Circus.
It is. It is.
Can
I'm
I
gonna
do
give
it?
it to you for
Okay.
that one.
Okay. I'll put a point of inspiration in my tab.
Oh, okay. So, for those of you that are just coming in, this actually does not take place in the current time period. Right now, this is taking place before anyone has we've ever gone to that airship. So, in this case, mainly just because, again, I couldn't think of a reason for y'all to even come to this place if you had the airship. So, this happened at some point, I would say up until like episode 30, from 30 and back. All right, yeah.
For the sake
All
of
right, now I
items,
know what it's like to be broken because I don't know where to go from here.
bottom right-hand corner of the map, we're chasing the red-headed young lady who none of us except two of us know. And as we continue to go, we find ourselves here.
Perfect. Now, the vanguard wades into the eerie mists, uncertain of what will cross their path. Their only method of tracking Wendy are a set of footprints that have been laid previously. Let's see. As you follow deeper into the foreboding land, you notice the fog getting thicker and thicker. The more you push through, the more makeshift graves begin to litter the area. Which I realized I didn't really actually put those makeshift graves.
They're in our heart all along.
And in our minds, I see them. I see it. This is Bocam saying this, by the way.
So, Vanguard, do you push forward on the path?
I'd like to try to cast a message to Wendy
Okay.
and see if it hits, if she's within range, and just say, Wendy, where are you going?
I'm going to find him.
I shout
She's
out.
not that far away.
Okay. I nod my head and I shout out as loud as I can. Why are you running? Is there any response?
No.
Yara's dead.
I told you I've been waiting for this for a long ass time. I had this character made like 3 years ago. I've never had the chance to play it. So I hear no response though after I shout.
No,
out.
you don't.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Can I? Is this like difficult to see through? Is it like very obscured? Or
It's starting to get there.
okay.
Like, you know, it's a significant difference here than back at camp.
Okay. I'm going to step out in front of the pack a little bit. I'm going to move a little bit slower at half my speed, so 30 feet. And I'm going to take the dodge action consistently while, like, still in, like, a very, very quick step, very, very quick step martial arts pose as I try to scout ahead of the party. But I'm not going to be more than 25, 30 feet.
Let's see. I get dark vision doesn't really affect fog, right? You can't really see through fog even if you have dark vision.
Not usually, because it's just obscurement. There's actual, like, physical things in between it, which is water vapor.
Got it. Okay. So as Bocam pushes forward, he notices a fork in the road. The footsteps that you are following happens to be leading westward.
Everybody stop and look at me! And I point to the west.
I'll follow along telling the party. She said she's going to find him.
Oh, she's trying to.
We need to follow her. We gotta catch her. She's gonna get herself into trouble.
I
Go
consistently I consistently hum the Mission Impossible theme song as I move forward.
Nah, nah, nah.
The more you move westward, you notice a few. Let's see here. A few broken down wagons. Someone has definitely been here before.
And I put up a fist. As I put up a fist, I look behind me and say, "Your car's a piece of shit."
That does look
But
pretty broken.
It's not our car.
Wendy, are you hiding in there?
No response.
I could probably actually fix that up. You know, could use an axle, a wheel, maybe a little anti-stain.
I'm gonna check out the broken down wagon, see if anybody's hiding in there.
Okay. Right in front of you, as you approach closer to this wagon, you notice a lot of armor. It looks like weapons, armor. They have rusted over shields, all of the like.
Brenna, I'll cover you. Wah!
and I'm going to come up and move forward.
Okay. As you do so, you begin to see a little further into the fog. You see what seems to be just at the edge of your sight, a pool of blood.
I hope this
Send
isn't
another-
Chris's blood.
Yeah, I hope it's not her either.
I'd like to send another message to Wendy. Say, sorry, just keep casting that. Saying, are you hurt?
No, I'm fine. But do you want to find him too?
Send a message back to her saying, yes, wait for us though.
After that, you don't receive a response.
Giotto, are you a priest?
Why, yes, I am.
I've been a bad boy, Daddy.
No, yeah, Lord Geyser. I did too. I was not expecting this at all from Bizarchus today.
If I had a card of inspiration, I would give it.
Screw it. I'll give Biz one more. But since he already has one, he can decide who to give it to.
Let me give it
Or
to.
flip.
Let me give it to Brenna, please.
Oh.
Flipping is only.
Yeah, I forgot after I said it.
It's okay. Brenna, do you have a card?
I did not.
Okay. Brenna, I'll give it to you.
Okay. So as Brenna approaches this pool of blood, they notice it's a soldier of some sort, and he is terribly maimed. But the blood isn't fresh. His body's been here for a while, and his corpse is already starting to decompose.
Oh,
So I'm guessing this is one of the ones he talked about coming and picking a fight. This is why you don't pick fights with people that need rescued. When they're strong. You don't want to pick a fight with me.
Do we want to talk with him?
You can talk to this pile of mush.
Does? I guess a DM question, so I better understand.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have a mouth
No,
still?
his jaw has been ripped.
Mind. Maybe another one another time. You're right.
I'm just gonna take a vial of holy water and just sprinkle a little bit on the corpse, just in case undead shenanigan.
In nomine Patri et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Sulfur jumps back. Why do you have that evil thing? Freaks out because he knows what the water is. Don't
You're
touch me with that.
You're like Ayla. She always gives me holy water to take with us.
I should have made more, yes, but
I still have two. Do you want mine?
hold on to those. You might need that for what we might encounter. You could dip your weapon or spread that across your weapon to help it inflict some deep wounds.
You can? I didn't know that. Ayla just tells me to put it on things when I kill them so they don't come back.
Can I do a medicine check on the soldier, please? I'd like to see if it was torn apart by something like an animal, or if this was like tool marks, like swords or knives or something like that.
Sure thing. And let's see. Yohara made a crit in perception. God dang. Oh wait, no, I scrolled up. Okay, so what Bocam sees on this corpse is there are a lot of slash marks, a lot of claw marks, and you can't really discern I mean, this looks almost like a pile of mush. It's starting to fall apart if you even try to pick it up.
Okay.
But none of the gashes, none of them look clean.
Do you mean clean like infection?
None of them look like it's a clean cut.
Ah, okay.
Whoever or whatever it was, it rended and tore through these ligaments. In fact, actually, as Bokam moved a little further westward earlier, he sees a little bit further to the west to find another wagon broken down, followed by some bloody cages.
Hey, you guys! It fell off the back of a truck.
What in the world? There's cages.
Wendy's also getting further from us. Just wanting to let you know.
Yohara, I need to get that right. You notice to the north a cannon covered in blood, as well as a weapon rack right here. It's been busted down.
Is there anything on the weapon rack that I can see?
Nothing of use. It's like a lot of the items and a lot of the things that you see here have been here for a while. So most of them are starting to rust over, corpses are starting to decompose, and so on.
Is there anything remaining in the cages?
No, just a lot of dry blood.
Wonder what's in here.
Bokam's getting a little bit antsy, so he's going to down his antitoxin to make him resistant to poison.
Okay.
I'm going to put a little yellow mark on it so that on myself so that I know that I've taken it.
Got it.
Giotto looks at Bokam and sees what he just did and is like, you know what? That's probably a good idea. And just kind of look. Is any of you afraid of death?
Just
Well,
another
I mean,
stage.
I'd rather not die, but I'm not afraid.
As long as it's a warrior's death, I'm not afraid.
But
There's nothing to fear.
you know what, little bird, though? You're probably smart. I'll do it too. And I pull out my antitoxin and I drink it.
Since Brenna was the only one that mentioned anything about not really wanting to die, I will slap a death ward on the Brenna.
By the way, I am not keeping track of inventory this time. Just wanted to point that out.
I got you. I'm writing it. I'm writing it all down right now. I have a big page of notes.
No worries. Okay, so Death Ward, touch a picture. Set hits to 1. Okay.
Might be a little redundant throwing it on the barbarian, but hey.
As Sulfur stepped forward, he notices a fallen log in the middle of the road, as well as another dead body further southward. This one is not as bad as the first one, but it's still pretty gruesome.
Country roads.
Take me home.
Does this one have a mouth? I'm just gonna go to each dead body and ask, does it have a mouth?
This one does, but it's a little like, it's almost if it's like it broke. So it's like slack-jawed.
I'm sure we'll find more.
So are the footprints still on the road?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Are the footprints still on the road?
Yes.
Bokam is going to try to scout a little bit more north of where we are, too. I'd like to try to get a little bit more eye line as we're going forward. Still dodging as I'm going. So I'm doing this in a defensive stance.
Okay. So as you approach the bloody cannon, you notice another broken carriage, and what you notice about all of these wagons and carriages is they have been destroyed, like specifically to make sure they can't leave. More corpses are found around it. These are, well, they're dead, but they look a little bit more intact. Yoharo, yes, they do have a mouth.
Bocam shouts back, "Welcome to your New Jersey Mitsubishi dealer."
I'd like to join Bocam and have a look.
He points out the more intact bodies.
Does this one look like it was killed in a similar method as the other one?
This one was clean. It was a clean kill. You notice if you look straight, since there isn't as much blood around it, it looks like it has a stab wound right in the center of its neck.
I can speak to this one. If we have 5 questions, we can ask to this individual to find out what happened. If it's not going to take too much time from finding Wendy, it may just take a moment, 10 minutes.
There are no stupid questions. Knowledge is power.
What do you all think? You are much more skilled in battle than I am and may have better questions.
Well, going into battle, knowing what you're going into tends to be helpful, so obviously they've been killed here. They might know something.
Good question to ask is what killed him? Whether it be a weapon we get as the answer, or a look at who.
Maybe what they were doing here? Like, did they come to be an enemy of this person or thing that killed them? Or were they coming friendly and got killed anyway?
DM question.
Yes.
Is there a roll or a check that I can make to find out if their gear or anything looks familiar about them? Like, would we know more about who they may have been interacting with or who they are? If I missed that part, I apologize.
No worries. You said specifically if you recognize the gear.
Yes, we'll start with that.
Okay. Roll a investigation check.
Okay.
13. So, as of right now, it looks like it's a soldier's uniform, maybe even a private mercenary group, because compared to when you look at the 2 bodies that seem to be intact, this one and this one, they seem to be wearing very, very similar. It's almost a uniform, basically, but it isn't a uniform that you recognize.
Got it. So we have what happened here, what or who killed you, what were you doing here, and did I miss any other questions? I kind of want to find out maybe who hired them. They look like mercenaries of some sort. We're definitely a group.
That would be beneficial. Probably. If there's any survivors, or if they were aware of anyone that survived the attack.
Maybe a secondary group that was split somewhere else.
If there
Like,
was
are there
more of them.
others?
Yeah.
Who's your daddy? What does he do?
I can't stay in character as it is.
You see that Bocam is making like movements with his hands to let you know that he's trying to get you to interpret that.
I think Bocam agrees. Sulfur kind of flutters his wings.
Ocam, is that like who hired you or who's the leader of your group?
And puts his finger on his nose. His beak, sorry.
Okay, I'd like to cast Speak with Dead.
Okay. see. Grant the semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice. To answer the questions, the corpse must still have a mouth and can't be undead. Okay. The spell fails if the corpse was the target of the spell in the last 10 days. Until this spell ends, you can ask the corpse up to 5 questions. The spell doesn't return to the... Thus, the corpse can't learn new information. Okay. So as you cast the spell, it begins to wriggle and move around. Finally, you hear just almost a gasp of breath. Surprised. Going, what's that? Who's there?
Soldier, we have some questions for you.
Oh, okay.
Are there any others in your group who weren't part of this? What happened?
It was so fast. There was so many of us, and it took us down like we were nothing. It ripped apart through so many.
When you say we, who is your group?
Yeah, give me a second.
Sorry, I'm reinterpreting some of these questions real quick.
This feels
No,
so,
you're good. You're good.
this is so different. Oh my god, I love it.
Hold on. That's a swear jar.
What happened?
I cussed.
I'm not keeping you to that. You could just do your thing. You're fine.
I'll keep to it. It's fine. Our band is... We call ourselves the Bloodhounds. We hunt anyone that you ask us to. All we need are a few bits of information, and we will find it. Or even capture it. If the pay is right.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
They're called the Bloodhounds, correct? Not the
Yes.
Bloodhound Gang?
No.
Okay. I
didn't realize I was gonna make a reference there.
Who sent you here? What mission were you here on?
I don't know our benefactor's name. All I know was that he was obsessed with this thing. He wanted to capture it, and it looked like it was protecting something.
Can you tell me what it was? What it looked like?
All I saw was that it looked like a person. And then a blur. Within seconds, people were on the ground. Was that 3? Or 4?
4, actually. 4.
Okay.
Yeah, that was 4. Can you tell me what it looked like as a person?
It looked old. Like, as if whoever they were, they aged. From what it looked like, it looked like our benefactor had been waiting for years for it to weaken. And he hired us, whoever they were, hired us to take advantage of it. Probably assuming that with age it got older. But even if that was true, it hurt. And as he says his final words, he wriggles once more and returns to as a lifeless corpse.
Thank you.
That was so metal.
Hell yeah, Horsenio.
Be at peace.
Enjoy.
Wild
This is
Thunder will
fun.
take you back.
We need to find Wendy. If that's still out there, and she's out here.
Or is the it what she is seeking? Could it be the same from the story?
If it is, then we definitely have to find her.
We must make haste then.
Save the Wendy. Save the world.
I'll follow along with Sulfur.
The more you push forward, the more corpses you see. The more remains of broken down pieces of transportation. In the edge of the fog here, you see the barrel of another cannon. Pushing even more.
Are we aware of like cannon usage? Like, there's not many forces that use this kind of artillery. Not that we're aware of, right?
Funny you should say that. Let's see, what check would that be?
I think maybe a
East of me?
history to understand a little bit more about the cultures or military
Okay.
cultures.
So yeah, I would
What do
say
you-
a history check right here. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, do a history check.
You know what? It stayed on the natural 20 and then it just decided to say no.
That's fine.
That's how digital dice work.
What basically, from what you can piece together from all of the things that you've noticed here, when it comes to the dead bodies, the cages, the cannons, it's pointed in an offensive direction. It's not like this is a defensive position. These creatures, or at least this mercenary group, were clearly hunting it. They were chasing it. Oh, and I should also point out, let's see, I think I put it here, but it might have been obscured by the blood. Right here in the northern wagon. That's a torture device. It doesn't look like, even if they caught it, they were going to be humane with it.
Bocam taps on Sulfur's shoulder. Says, "Not the kink shame, but that doesn't look very healthy."
Yeah, I mean,
And,
and the way he was talking, that the dead guy, he said that it was protecting something. So I don't think that this is necessarily somebody that would want to hurt us as long as we don't want to hurt them.
Self-defense.
I mean, look at this. This is a lot to defend against.
And the fact that they all lost anyway. That's the scarier thing. They brought all this firepower, devices, and they're all dead. Maybe we bring a modicum of peace when we do encounter this creature and hope that a dialogue can be obtained.
You also notice not just the military equipment, not just the cannons and artillery fire, but they did bring a lot of supplies. There are crates and sacks full of rations, ammunition, all adding to the point that they were going to take this thing down, no matter what the cost.
Fire sale, 90% off.
I mean,
Yeah, really.
we're not like them. We're like, I mean, we're like mercenaries, but we're for good. You know, we're the other side. We're for good.
Just don't pull your weapon first. And you'll be fine.
Around this area, does it seem like there's anything that shows that they did any sort of damage to it? Is there any indication?
Every now and then you would see a few broken arrows. Those that are like, it looks like you assume they shot it, but it would just break it off. You would see drops of blood here and there. And if it looks like from the scuffle, because it hasn't been like, aside from the footsteps that you've been following, this area hasn't been touched in a while, so you can still see a little bit of a scuffle. And up until this point, it looks like it started moving slower and slower.
Well, let's see what we can do.
Business in the front, party in the back. And Bokan moves forward.
As you push forward, you see a pile of bodies.
Dog pile.
So much death.
You're not wrong.
Further to the south, you can almost make way of water.
Oh, just break off and just kind of head that towards that section, towards the water. Is it like a river or?
It's a lake.
Oh.
Though it started to turn a little green. It looks a little sickly, I should say. Seems like all the bloodshed has seeped through the soil and it's starting to affect the water around it.
L.
As we're sort of heading in that direction, Yahara's just going to hum a little song to herself and cast some guidance toward Giotto. He's kind of examining around and wants to give the best shot at anything.
Sulfur, roll me a perception check.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You see things. It's a little eerie, but you see things. You see the tree. It's a tree.
That's a good stump. Slaps stump. Nice and hard. Nice and sturdy.
Got a lot of wood right there.
Brenna, I want you to do the same. Roll a perception check for me.
Is
Mainly
this
just 'cause
bright
you're nearby.
out? Is this disadvantage? Is it bright at all?
No, it's starting to get a little darker here, so you should be fine. Okay. So Brenna, what you noticed, what Sulfur didn't, is here and here. There, you see patches of dried blood. And on the actual tree trunks itself, you could see handprints. It looks like this creature took a break. Like after it got wounded, it stopped and held itself onto these trees before moving forward. This thing is hurt.
They've been hurt, guys. There's blood over here, and it's not the soldiers.
I see.
More than enough to take down Wendy.
Would I be able to track a trail or anything made by this specific creature if it's bleeding bad?
Yes, and at the same time, since earlier, like around this area right here, since you noticed it started to move a little slower, it started dragging its feet a little bit more. You can also differentiate between this creature as it lazily starts moving its feet and the newer footsteps that are around the area.
Okay. May I roll a survival check to be able to pinpoint a direction that I can assume it went? Survival. 10.
It went for it's still going west. Even though the road stops like right next to Sulfur, it went further west.
Are Wendy's footprints going the same way?
Yes. Well, I should clarify. You see footprints going westward. I shouldn't say if it's Wendy's or not.
Sulfur's just gonna keep walking, trying to find somewhere to go.
So as you approach further, there are longer patches of grass here. There is a bloody puddle here. But you see a log right here that is teeming, thick with blood. And it's not just like a chopped log. It looks like an uprooted tree that just fell over. And the roots that are sticking up they look like they definitely pierced something.
Can I roll a perception check on the log? Because Sulfur wants to put his hand on it and see if it's still like tacky, like the state of it, if it's dried or not.
Go for it.
Please be good this time.
It's a log.
Log.
With red stuff on it.
You have cooties.
Sulfur just kind of raises his hand, like trying to go touch Bocam.
But I will say,
Ew.
and this is like, you don't really need a perception check. Something really looks like they were slammed and pierced through the roots of this tree. And the fact that it's not, because like these are huge roots. The fact that whatever it is, the corpse isn't on the tree is very discerning to you.
Whatever was hit walked away.
I just want to check the water while they were investigating that and just trying to see, like, is it like magically sickly, or is it just like it's got that algae and might need to call Parks and Rec?
It's the second one. It's just if it's a pool, it hasn't been touched in a while. No one's really kept up with it or anything like that.
This is where I should have had purify food and drink, but it's fine. Probably just need to freaking sanctify this whole area. Appreciate it, Ohara, but this is going to take a lot bigger job. We need to find that creature, whatever it is.
We do.
Start moving away from the water.
What is the light level like around this area, DM?
It hasn't changed since you got here. I'll say that. It's dark enough where Brenna can see just fine. But you do know is like, because you've been moving kind of south north, and you do know that the further north you go, it gets just a little bit thicker. Compared to, so from where Sulfur is, where they are compared to where the lake is, it's a lot easier to see the lake when you're over there.
Okay. Bocam is going to take his Alchemist Fire and his Alchemist Haft, and he's going to place the juice inside. You hear it snap and crack, and his Alchemist Haft is now imbued with fire. Which
Nice.
should give him just a little bit of light.
So Brenna, as you notice, as you start walking a little bit forward, from up to this point, it's almost like you can tell where the pathing is based off of the blood, and it definitely confirms what Bocam said. This creature moved westward. It took a break on one tree, it took a break on another. At some point, it went into another scuffle, got impaled on that tree, and then it started to move southward and started bleeding a little bit here. Finally, when you move in the spot that you're in, you notice a grave. Now, that's not an X marks the spot thing. not telling you to dig there or in any indication. But what it looks like is it's a pile of. It looks like it is a grave. The cross, it's basically. It looks like it's handmade, wrapped together by twine, and rather than it being standing upright like an actual cross, it was put to the side as an X. Other than that, you do not see any more struggle. You do not see any more blood.
I'm going to tap on Gioda's shoulder and say, disrespect, and point towards the cross on the side.
It's tempting. Do you want to defile grave?
No!
No, we should fix the grave. Let's put the cross up like it goes. I thought you were a cleric. Ayla would have known that. And Brenna's literally going to grab the cross and try to put it upright.
As you move your hands towards the cross, roll me one more perception check. Good. I was hoping for that. So as you move your hand closer towards the handmade cross, you see something shiny. It doesn't look like it's worn like all of the other metals that and weapons that you've come across. It looks almost like time hasn't touched it. And it's sticking, so where the X is, right beneath it, you see something poking out of it.
Ka-ching!
What is that? Guys, there's something here that's not rusty under the cross.
Ka-ching!
Whoever's out there, if you can hear me, we're friendly. We're not here to harm you. We just want to try to help. And I'm going to try to set the cross upright so I can get a better look at what's underneath it while also trying to write the cross.
Okay. So as you put the cross up, and you said you were like reaching for the metal item?
No, I was trying to see what it is underneath, seeing if I can make it out once I have the cross out of the way.
It is, well, it looks like it's on loose. The soil is still pretty loose. So you could, so as you move it, since the X has been like on 2 points to stand upright, as you move the cross, it kind of moves a little bit more of the soil. And you see, I would say like a line of metal.
Bokem's going to tap on Yohara's shoulder and go, bop, 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 hand drive?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Are you sure we should? I mean, this is obviously a grave. Isn't that like defiling a grave?
Complicated?
I'll
Depends on what you believe.
I'll put my hand out to Giotto and cock my head.
As long as we're not exhuming the person that is buried there, we should be fine. Just try not to disturb their peace.
Before I do any action on that specifically, can I roll to see if I can see any more tracks, specifically Wendy's?
Yeah, you go ahead and roll.
I would literally turn and go, I wouldn't listen to them. They didn't even know a cross is supposed to be upright. I don't know what kind of cleric they are, but I don't know that they're the kind that does this kind of thing.
Bocam raises his shoulders. It's not my job.
Bocam, you can't tell at this point. You don't know where the footprints are anymore.
I've lost her.
Wendy, can you hear me? Is this where your friend is buried?
No response.
I want to try to help Brenna out a little bit and send another message if I can.
Okay.
And just repeat what Brenna said. Is this where your friend is buried? Here, where we are.
He's buried?
Oh,
She's
shit.
not terribly far. Oh no.
She found him.
Well, the response was because you asked, "Is he buried? Is this your friend?"
Oh. Okay,
And
okay.
she was saying like, "You, I didn't know he was buried."
I am going to cast magic awareness.
Okay. What's the range on that actually?
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay.
And it's any magic items, right?
As an action, you can open your awareness to the presence of concentrated magic. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet of you.
Okay. You detect nothing. Let's see. Who has like does anyone have like a military experience background of some sort?
Surfer does. Surfer does. He's a commander.
Then I would say make a history check for me.
No, that's the person that needs the guidance over there.
An armchair general, it seems.
You've been having really bad rolls. I'm gonna give this to you. So, really, so like you see all of this, and it's all like on the tip of your tongue. You're trying to put two and two together, and you're having a hard time. And it wasn't up until this point that it finally hit you. It's almost like a flash of inspiration here, where you realize that this is the creature that the mercenaries have been hunting for. On top of that, this looks like it had a warrior's death. It basically died here, and this was where it had its last stand. Whatever it was protecting is not here anymore. From what you can discern, though, that X was actually in a way to honor it. It was almost it's like its own personal symbol, a representation of those that it tried to protect.
It fought bravely. It died with honor. Do not disturb. We move on.
Your kung fu was strong.
Who would have?
Shiny metal glitters more as you begin to walk away from it.
What does the metal look like? Is it like a silver, a gold?
It's a silver. It's like a bright silver or chrome.
And I just kneel down and just go, and just try, like move some dirt just to kind of look at it.
What you realize is the soil is oddly easy to move around. It's almost like a shallow grave. The more you move the dirt, and the easier it is to push, you notice that, and then you realize more and more of the metal begins to show. You see 1 point, 2 blades, and then 3 blades. All of it connected to one hand. You can take it off, but they look like claws.
Giotto. Pact of an aberrant mind, buried alive, lantern of souls.
Oh, and also on top of that, it still shines for one thing. Blood hasn't affected it in any way. However, the hands that it's connected to are soaked. In dry blood, of course.
Something about this.
And if you think about it, the one corpse that had the hole in their neck, it matches the middle blade.
Do the blades look like they would have caused all that jaggedness as well from the other one that we saw?
Yes. So what you see confirms what Sulfur said, is that this is the creature person that those mercenaries were hunting.
I will rebury, cover him back up, say a prayer, and leave 2 coins.
Okay.
Start moving off. We need to find Wendy.
Do we see any footprints or any tracks moving away from the grave after it was buried?
Roll a... I'm making you roll a lot of perception checks. Yeah, roll a perception check. Actually, investigation, whichever one's better. So, actually, right here, let's see, let me get my tool. To the west of it, you see not like one pair of footprints, actually. You see dozens. And you assume that whoever buried it were people. This creature was protecting a group of people.
I will immediately point that out to the rest of the group. And just say there are others that took care of this creature, or this creature was taking care of them, or protecting them in some way, and their footprints leading this way.
Are there footprints leading more west?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. It's my show.
As Brenna goes further that way, all of you suddenly hear a voice. You better hurry. She's getting further away from you. That's not the way.
And the music turned tense right when you said that. That was good.
Where is she going? Where is she going? Wendy, come back!
I'd like to send another message to her if I can. Brenna, you always remind me.
You get no response.
Nothing, okay.
Doesn't matter what you say, you're not going to get a response.
Okay, I am going to, or Bocam is going to book it towards the north. He is going to not go dodging this time, and he's going to try to run until something stops him.
The first, okay, how far you go?
I'll say I'll go full movement, 55 feet.
If when you get here, or you know what, here, you realize that, like, you start seeing more and more trees. And the fog and the fog in between them is thick. Like, you can't see, like, as soon as you try to look through it, there's no way. You'd be running in blind.
Okay.
Hey, weird voice. Did she go this way or did she go that way?
Brenna, give me a minute. Well, I should have done this when we started. And I'm going to cast locate creature.
Okay.
Nice.
Sweet.
Name a creature. Describe or name a creature that is familiar to you, as long as it's within 1,000 feet of you. That's probably this entire map. I don't know how far that is. 1,000 feet, that's a hell of a lot. That's most likely this entire map. Oh yeah, by miles. Okay. So you're describing Wendy?
Yes.
Does it say specifically how far away?
Just in the direction.
Okay.
And I have concentration up to an hour.
Wendy, what you feel is moving east.
She's moving that direction. I point back towards where we came.
I book it east. Meow.
Yeah, let's head that way.
There we go.
Are we all sticking together? We're going through the woods, taking trails.
I'm keeping about 30 feet away from everybody, just spaced out a bit, as I continue to just bolt.
Do the monk thing.
Oh, crap. I have a monk thing I can do. I am going to use my vertical climbing to run up a tree and see if I can get any better vantage point from higher up.
Ooh, okay. So let's see. You are right there. Are you getting on this tree or this one? The north or south of you?
South.
Okay. So as you start climbing higher and higher, and you don't have to do any like dexterity checks, do you? It just happens.
No, I just climb.
Okay. You go further and further up, and you see the rest of the forest. It winds, and you notice one thing. Let me see this. I'm gonna have you roll a perception check, but it's gonna be a fairly high DC.
You got it. Perception. 19.
I said fairly high. So you basically notice right on the spot that as you look further north, the forest does begin to substantially change. To the south of you and everything south of you, it's dying. Like these trees are in the state of dying. They're still a little lush. There's still some life into them. But the further north you look, you notice two things. The fog is getting thicker that way, and the trees are getting darker. They're turning black, and some of them don't even have life in it. It's just dead.
Is there a direction where there are more dead than other trees? Like you mentioned that there's some with spatterings of trees still alive. Is there a section where they're densely just destroyed?
Not specifically. It's just it's like the further north. You know that like the further north you go, the more death that you come across.
Okay. I climb down until I'm about 60 feet, and I'm just going to leap to the next tree and just leap from tree to tree.
Okay. Tarzan the Monkey Man.
Bocam
I'm
Mopsy.
just gonna run.
Giardo, what direction?
Is it more northernly at this point?
Yes, she's moved a little bit more north. Let's see. Okay. Yohara, I'm gonna point out one thing that you notice is as you look south to the road, you notice the footsteps that you were following aren't there anymore.
Oh, it's an infinite forest.
In terms of...
I never got these.
Go ahead.
I never got these. I always had to search up on GameFAQs how to fix them. I hated these. These are the worst.
And then, let's see. Brenna, as you move closer towards there, you notice there are footsteps going through this pathway now.
I think I see her footsteps, guys.
Pew.
They've disappeared from over here for sure.
Is that
As you,
I feel something is trying to lead us in different directions.
oopsie,
We're covered in the darkness.
that was my fault. I did the wrong thing. As you move further up through the pathway, you start seeing just a few bones sticking out between the trees. The rest of the party also starts to notice that these trees are looking a little less for wear compared to the ones that you've seen earlier.
I run up and pick up a bone just in case.
Okay, you add a bone to your inventory.
Still-
Go ahead.
Still booking it.
Okay. And the fog is getting fat-ish. I don't know how to. I don't want to limit your sight to just like 5 feet, but I'll leave it for the sake of spiciness and intrigue that the fog is getting worse.
Okay.
So perception checks at disadvantage.
Giotto,
works.
is it this way? Is she still on the road, Giotto?
Are we going left more, or is it still straight for
It
how I'm looking?
She is now moving westward from you. But what Brenna sees is a sandstone wall that hasn't been. It looks like it hasn't really been touched. Like some vines have grown on it, but for the most part, it's kept fairly well. Hold on, I need to reveal that part.
She's going west now, but we have acquired a building now.
Can I see up? Is this sandstone
Yeah.
wall taller than like 10, 15 feet?
It is.
It runs straight up the wall.
Okay. And are you gonna try to like be on top of the building?
If I can.
Okay, so when you reach the building, it's a little lower than the trees it's around it, but you can discern that this is like a whole. I can't reveal because I don't have a roof on it, but it's a whole building that looks like a crypt.
Ah. Got it. And about how high up am I? Give or take?
20 feet.
20 feet? Got it. Thank you. I'm going to run my way across it, knowing that you can't reveal it, but I'm going to run over the top.
Okay. What Brenna sees is a gate. And as she gets closer, the two braziers that were unlit light up. Did I not reveal it? Gosh dang it. Yeah.
Technology is the hardest part of D&D.
Reveal
There
the
you go.
braziers.
You
And
heard
the
it first
gate
on
is
Bizarre's
closed.
channel.
Did she go in here, Giotto?
Does it feel like she's in here now?
No, it doesn't.
No, she's not. She's more westward.
I continue to run across, but I want to light a torch and I want to drop it in front of that gate.
Drop it in front of the gate where Sulfur is standing, or are you
Yeah.
just dropping a torch on Sulfur?
Better yet, I'm going to jump off. I'm going to get next to Sulfur, and
Mhm.
what I'm going to do is, can I tell if this gate opens inwards towards the crypt or outwards, away from the crypt?
Away. So
Away
it would open towards you.
Okay.
You would have to pull it open.
Gotcha. I am going to put my dagger that screams on the ground, and I'm going to tie twine. I have a ball of twine onto the ground. I'm going to bury it a little bit so that it's stuck almost like a tent peg, so that if the door opens, it's going to remove it from the sheath and it's going to scream.
Okay, so it's like a
It's
You're
like a
trapping
tripwire.
it, or you're rigging it so that if something comes out of it, you hear it as a warning, right?
Yes, it'll be like an audio tripwire.
Okay.
The trap.
See, I should be revealing something since you're really close there. Nothing else of note from what you can see. Just more of the crypt.
Giotto's like halfway past the gate at this point. Wendy's this way. Do we want to go in here first?
Need to find Wendy. We can come back and check this out.
I'll cast
Can't leave a
another
little
message to her.
girl out here.
But how do you know she's not moving inside the building?
Because Giotto is tracking her.
She does feel like she's northward.
Business before pleasure.
So she is in the building.
Wait,
Giotto, I
now
thought you said she wasn't in the building.
When you were over here, she was west of you. Now when you crossed over, it feels like she's somewhere in the north of
okay,
you.
so
Let me check, like, specifically if you know how close it is. Can you tell how close they are to you?
You can't tell
let's
how
see.
close, only the direction.
only
Okay.
the direction. Also, 1 foot of stone, an inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood blocks the spell.
Really?
Yes. The spell doesn't have to follow a straight line and can travel freely around corners and through openings.
But if there's water at least 10 feet wide, it blocks that path. Cool, I didn't know that.
But if there's doors, it goes through doors. So
Mm-hmm.
That's neat.
So right now, what Giotto feels is that Wendy is directly north of him.
She's directly north. Shit.
Sulfur's gonna
That.
just kind of look at Bocam and be like, "Hold my staff." Just kind of holds out the staff, expecting him to take it.
That's what she said?
And he's gonna put his hands on the door and be like, "Sorry, this is gonna bother you," and tries to pull
Stop!
the door open.
I disabled the trap really quick.
Quick question about the spell that you were reading off, Caro.
Yes.
You mentioned the metal, thin sheet of lead, 3 feet of wood. I think that was for message. I didn't see that in your spell.
Yeah, I
Oh,
didn't see that either.
my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering
I
where that
didn't
was.
do that yourself either.
No,
Reading the
I
rose thing.
read.
Yours is cooler.
I didn't realize you casted it again, so I was like reading it. Let's see. So as long as you've seen within 30 feet.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's only the water that blocks it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, I
Uh,
pick up my weapon.
Rose says VTT is cut off.
No, it's still there.
Oh,
I'm looking at
okay.
it now.
Never mind.
It's just different because on the stream they usually see everything, but now they're actually seeing me as a player. So I'm streaming what players see.
So they're just as blind. Good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Chaos!
so I can turn the...
I reveal no
also,
secrets.
Back
and
on.
also I scrolled it, and that was all my fault. Sorry.
Yeah, I got thrilled. Okay. So, Bocam undid the trap and Sulfur opened it.
After
Or
you.
attempted to open it. Do I need to roll a strength check or anything, or just does it just open?
Nope, it opens. You hear a heavy screech. Again, because it's almost as if no one's been here before.
So it
And you
needs
begin
open
to see very easily. I mean, the fog hasn't permeated through here at all. 2 braziers, a very elegant looking carpet. And these braziers, are they braziers? Fire
Braziers.
pits?
Braziers.
Braziers. They immediately light up as soon as you open the gate. And as you look completely through it, you see an altar. 3 candles, but none of them lit.
I first wipe my feet, and then I go inside, while taunting the darkness and screaming, "Ding dong, mother! Ding dong!"
We're
It's
just
really
about to
e-
offer you invisibility.
Well, it's actually really easy to see in here. The braziers made it really, really easy. And what you find are just in the very corners, pots and a few bags, cobwebs here and there. Yeah. The floor is also made out of sandstone. It almost looks like every single portion of this room has been hand sculpted. And these two things are just pillars to keep the assets that's kept there as structural support.
Killer.
I don't think she's in here, guys. I think she's still farther north.
As Sulfur gets close to the altar, you notice that at the very corner of it, like the altar itself looks pristine. It's almost like it's marble. But at the very corner of it, there's a piece missing. It's like it's been broken off, chipped off, however you will.
Okay. Oh, wait. Does it look like the same material that was in the guy who was buried?
No.
Okay. Can I go and inspect the pots and the things in the corners?
Mm-hmm.
Investigation?
See,
or what would you like?
I'll go with investigation because you're actively looking into them.
Okay.
Can I grant him guidance, or is it too late?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Yes!
Perfect. That's a crit.
Nice.
So, I'm assuming when you get to the pot, you're being gentle with it. Like, are you just busting the pots open? Are you, like, throwing your arms into it? How are you trying to look into the pot?
Hello, friend. And I'm going to look around the outside, very gingerly, very gently. And first checking to see if there's anything that is amiss or looks dangerous, such as a wire, anything that seems to be glowing. And then I'm going to inspect inside them.
So far, with each pot, do you notice nothing different? Nothing. It looks like an ordinary pot to you. There's no tripwires. There's nothing funny, there's no funny business regarding these types of things. Now, as you reach into the pot, the first thing you feel is something squishy.
I pull it out.
You pull out a brain.
I pull out the second jar.
You start pulling out more organs. It's a lung.
I know what these are.
This is a puzzle. Let's put them together.
On top of that, all of the pots are decorated in the same way, showing just a design overall of like telling a story of who could be here. But some of it almost talks about an omen of some sort, almost predicting that that corner piece is missing or was taken.
Do we notice any tool marks on the side? Does it look like it was chiseled off? Does it look like it was
Yes.
smashed? Okay.
Mm-hmm. It was stolen. And roll me a history check for that.
Sure. I'm going to use my inspiration for this.
Okay.
Oh, that hurts.
No, it's okay. From what you can tell, based off of how this was built, the way that they store these organs, and just this overall setting, you know that this culture is very much about preserving their dead in the afterlife, so that the afterlife isn't affected in any way. If you mess with it, the beings that are in the afterlife will come back. They will come back angry because they want to be whole again.
I put the brain and the lung back in the canopic jars, and I say, can't touch this.
I think we need to find this broken piece, guys.
And I'm still getting the feeling of Wendy to the north, correct?
Yes.
To the north?
Wendy's
Yeah.
still north.
So we should go around the building and go try to find Wendy.
Once we get around the building, I'd like to cast another message to her and just ask, where exactly are you? We'll join you.
Oh, I've been moving west. I really should do a better job of like updating Giotto as they move, but
It's okay.
you have a feeling that they're more like northwest from you now. It looks like you
Northwest.
might be able to meet him at the pass if you move further west, just directly west of you, Giotto.
Directly west. Koltik, comrade.
Oops, wrong tool.
Quickly before Sulfur just leaves to go find the rest of the party, he's just gonna fire like a small firebolt at the candles to try and light them, just to see if anything happens.
You shoot dead on where the wick should be. You almost singe the sandstone, but at least you expect the sandstone to be singed, but nothing happens. Looking at the candle, nothing happens.
Then I leave.
Okay. So at this point, you start seeing traces of those dead trees.
We try to wait for Sulfur to catch up with us before moving forward.
Off further into the west, you see something over here.
There
You
she
look-
Back on our way.
blows.
If you look closely, you see a skeleton reaching towards a small hole. In the hole, it looks like you find a tablet that is half dug, as if this skeleton, whoever they were, was trying to bury it.
Missing
On
piece?
it is a note, or at least where his hand is reaching, there's a note.
I slap him on the back of his pelvis and I grab the note.
On the note, it's written in common. It says, "Sometimes stubbornness can be rewarded, but only to a degree. Survival of the forces 3, and a reward will be given to thee."
Can you repeat that one more time, please?
Sometimes stubbornness can be rewarded, but only to a degree. Survival of the forces 3, and a reward will be given to thee.
Thank you.
From what you can tell, the skeleton is reaching towards the tablet while clutching this note.
Can we tell anything about the skeleton? Like, were they burned? Was it just a natural decay?
It almost looks like it's been picked clean. The flesh has been picked clean.
Yum.
The bone is fine,
I grab the tablet.
okay? So, what the first thing that you see is the actual tablet. On it, you see 4 symbols. There are 3 on the right side, and then 1 in the lower left corner of it.
Okay.
At the top is marks of waves. The one beneath it are musical notes. Underneath it are insects etched into the stone. Finally, in the bottom left corner of this tablet, you see a screaming farmer. Is Yohara okay? Oh, okay. I noticed the black flashing. I panicked.
Sorry, I had a quick BRB moment and didn't want to
no worries.
mess up the layout.
You're good.
Thank you.
Had a whole vase of drink. Be right back.
You're okay.
No worries.
Also, let's see. Everyone, I'm going to have you roll either an Arcana check or an Insight check, whichever one's better. Arcana, okay. Lower. 1, 2, 3. Oh wow, yeah, you all passed it. So let's see, Arcana, 1, 2, 3. So Sulfur, Brenna, and Yohara detect a lot of dark magic from this thing. But you do get the feeling that you know what it's connected to. With Bokam and Giotto, all that you can get is you have a really bad gut in your field. Like, you have a really bad feeling in your gut. Last thing, I'm going to have you do one more check for Bokam. Make a charisma saving throw.
My favorite kind.
So in an instant, all you see is a sudden flash of a being, and it just disappears.
Ah!
You hear, no one else hears this, but you hear a whisper that goes, "Return it to me."
Return
I feel like-
to me.
Yep, I feel like Keratin knows my reference here. Hoping someone does.
Return the slab.
Okay.
All the while, the skeleton is still clutching that note. You get the feeling that whoever the skeleton was trying to endure.
Giotto! Hold my beer! I got this.
You have ale with you?
No.
Bokam, do you think we should bury it?
No.
Are you sure? Because that guy died. It looks like trying to bury it.
We have to find the girl.
He's right.
She's northward, or at least last known.
I would like to put this in my backpack if I can.
Go ahead.
Okay. I throw it in my backpack.
Giotto, you are getting confused. Wendy is north, but now it feels like she's moving northeast again. It's like she's going back and forth.
Feels like she's going like, ba-da, 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 ba-da. She's northeast now.
Maybe she's following this road.
Maybe it's endless.
Giotto, with your nose so bright, won't you guide our party tonight? Meow.
How much time has passed since we heard the voice?
Which voice? Oh, that one. I want to say it's been about 20 minutes.
Oof. We're slow. Meow.
At least it sounds like she's still alive. I'm just gonna book it with the group.
Wrong tool. Hang on. Wrong tool. Yeah.
Meow.
Is the plants and things are becoming increasingly dead as we move along?
Yes, they are. they're either missing their leaves entirely or the leaves have grown very dark and black. Almost black. Okay,
For the sake of the spell,
I'm-
does the party want to just confirm that we're just going to keep moving until we find another point of interest?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna do something's gonna happen now. I need Bocam, Mosam, and Sulfur to make a dexterity saving throw. Bocam at disadvantage.
Copy that. $13.
Ouch. Okay. So
I've had like nothing but terrible rolls.
I feel bad.
I'm gonna die today.
As you are moving forward, a hole, all the earth just caves in from beneath you. It felt like Brenna was walking on solid ground.
Ah!
But at all of a sudden, Bocam and Sulfur fall 15 feet.
15.
Roll me, yes. Roll me another dexterity saving throw. See if you land on your feet or not.
Slow fall.
Okay. Is this just a 15-foot like pitfall trap, or is there something on
Yep.
the bottom of it?
It's just a hole.
Okay. As a monk, I have slow fall, so I'm able to negate 45 points of falling damage.
That's fine. Regardless, both of you fall down to your feet. Bocam more gracefully. But you realize as soon as you touch the ground, it gets hold of you. You can't move. Bocam hears another voice. This time Sulfur hears it as well. Return it to me. And in doing so, you see just at the edge next to Brenna. Brenna can't see it, but Bocam and Sulfur can. An eerie-looking figure, almost a silhouette, before it disappears once more. This time it didn't flash. It stayed a little longer. After it's finished speaking, you realize that water is slowly seeping out from the walls and filling the ground fast. I need you all to roll me initiative, because I want to know the order of how this is all going to go.
Okay.
Click your token. Is that everyone? No,
Yes.
just people in the pit, right?
Yes.
Token initiative. This is weird. I've never had a character sheet. Okay, 15.
Where is my menu for initiative? I'm not seeing it.
The left-hand side widgets, one of them is going to have a timer. Just click on that, and then we'll all be able to see it.
Left-hand side widgets.
One of them looks like a stopwatch.
Not seeing that.
The widgets on...
Oh, left-hand side. Pff, I'm looking in the right. I'm good dark.
There you go.
And then you could go, I believe it'll let you on like a gear hit ascending or descending.
You want to hit
Got
descend
it.
to get it
Descending.
to fastest to slowest.
Okay. So, Yohara, the water is filling fast. What do you do?
I was not ready for this. I am just going to send some guidance down to Sulfur real quick.
Okay.
And I think that is... And some bardic inspiration to Bocam. I'm going to sing a little song as it's filling up with water.
Thank you.
You will have a D8.
Sweet.
And that is it for my movement, or my turn.
Okay. Brenna, what's next? What do you do next?
I am. Can I see how they're trapped in the water?
No. At this point, their feet are already submerged, so you can't tell what's holding them to the ground.
I would literally unhook my weapon and toss it down towards them and try to carefully wrap it around Bocam and drag them back to me.
Okay. Would that be because you're trying to
Might
be
hurt
careful.
them a bit because
Yeah.
it
Take
is.
the damage. I can take it.
It's a detachable freaking axe. It might hurt a little bit, but
So are you
all
actually?
she knows to do when she panics.
So I'm gonna have you roll, I guess, a dexterity save because you're trying to be really careful with it, or is it dexterity check, which would be better or
To,
make more sense?
to Bocam? Bocam should save, but if she's going to do it, it should be a check.
Okay, so it'd be a dexterity check for Brenna because she's the one that's shooting it and trying to finagle it.
20. My armor class is 18.
Oh, okay. Then it should, because I mean, like she succeeded in not trying to hurt you.
Okay.
Try
So
not
it
to
wraps
chop your
around.
limbs off while I do it.
I look up. Thank you.
And then I'm
So
going to
for-
try to pull them back.
Oh,
Okay.
my bad. Sorry.
Is she able to use her bonus action for Far Reacher's Cutter and pull me out?
She can. But it does kind of give, or there isn't a lot of give, so I need you to roll me a strength check.
Brenna or Bocam?
Brenna, because she's trying to pull him out.
That's the worst strength check I've ever rolled.
Bocam does not move.
Then I will just leave it attached.
Okay. Sulfur, what do you do? You can, I would think of it like you're restrained. You can make a strength saving throw or a strength check to break out of it, to break your legs free.
Yeah, I can try that. I guess with that, would I be able to do the 1d4 that Iora gave me for guidance?
Yes, that's an ability check.
Okay, so I will do the 1d4 first, and then I'll do the check because it says you can do it before or after.
Okay.
So two,
Two.
and then the ability check. 9, 6, 8. Can't do math.
You don't move.
Dolphin just kind of flutters his wings and is like, "Well, that's great."
So it's like almost as if you're like knee deep in like mud, how you're trying to set yourself free, or like you're in quicksand where you're kind of just, and then it doesn't give.
That's it.
Okay, Giotto, what do you do?
Okay. I am going to reach over to.
Oh wait, no, Biz, sorry.
Oh, sorry,
Giotto's
I'm sorry.
next.
I
You're good.
got excited.
You're okay.
I was like, wait, what? Giotto is just going to walk off the edge of the pit, and the winged boots activate,
Okay.
and he will come down to Giotto and Sulfur's level, not touching the water, but will reach out with his hands and says, "Grab hold."
Okay. Is that the whole turn for you to just wrap them?
I'm gonna try to grab both if that's possible.
I'm wrapped up by
And-
Brenna, and I'm
Oh,
gonna be
yeah,
okay.
you're wrapped up. I will grab Sulfur since I see that Bocam is getting ready to get yoinked out of there.
Mhm.
And can I try to like step up with the winged boots and pull Sulfur out?
Mm-hmm. Roll me a strength check because you're trying to pull Sulfur out of it. That's what you needed. So after a little bit of finagling and a little bit of an awkward movement with Sulfur, it's almost like you're picking up a child. You took your hands and put it underneath his armpits and just pulled as hard as you can until it finally gave way. And so now Sulfur is now in your arms, kind of like this, and you're just like face-to-face eye contact.
Let me see. So it was a 15-foot pit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just tracking my movement real quick. So that was
So that's 5. You jump down.
10. So I have 5 extra feet of movement, but I'm moving at half speed, right? Because I have a person with me.
Mhm.
So I just hold on tight, and I assume that was my action to pull him out.
Yep.
So I don't think I have a bonus action. Nope.
You could use your bonus action to speak to Sulfur like a child, because you're holding him right now.
If you would like to die,
Cast. No. I am my turn.
Is that it for Gyoto?
That's it.
Okay. Bocam, before you do your action, how tall are you?
About 5'5".
Okay. The water has risen up to your chin.
Oh! Okay. I'm going to try to strength my way up so that I'm above the water.
Okay.
So, strength check.
Yep. Perfect. So you are able to fight through the water, and you manage to muscle through the dirt that just seems to be, like, holding you down. And so at this point, you're kind of just floating in the water.
Okay. Because of my unarmored movement improvement, I can move across vertical surfaces and across liquids on my turn without falling. So I am going to pull a Jesus and jump using
Okay.
using the chain as a booster and get myself out of there.
Nice. For the most part, everyone's really safe, actually. We can get out of initiative. All you needed to do was get out of the dirt. But I'm assuming you two end up like here-ish.
We are.
When you look back at the pit, you notice that the water is like just fills all the way up to the top, and then it stops. Bocam, you notice that your pack vibrates.
It's not mine, I swear. I pull out the tablet again.
What you notice that's different on the tablet is the waves have lit up to a bright blue.
Water.
Okay, let's speak this one. I actually may have more content than one session. You might have to do a thing either next week or whenever you guys are free again.
I mean, just give us a road.
Yeah.
We'll
follow
occupy
it.
ourselves for hours.
But yeah, after that, there's nothing of note. Bocam and Sulfur realize they could have died or drowned in a pit.
That might have been awkward.
We must save the girl.
So wait, your tablet is lit up now?
Oh,
Just the waves of the waves symbol. One of the 4.
What is, guys? What is that in the corner though? Is that a dead person?
It is what you believe to be a screaming farmer.
Eustace? No.
Maybe.
hang on.
And
What was that?
Karakan,
What was that note earlier?
you get a
guys?
card. Or inspiration. The
When
poem?
punch.
The note said, sometimes stubbornness can be rewarded, but only to a degree. Survival of the forces 3, and a reward will be given to thee. You've
So-
survived 1.
That one was water. which was waves. The other one was musical notes.
Mm-hmm.
Musical notes, and then there is bugs.
Bugs.
Let's see. That is that an animal handling check? Or you know what? It's an intelligence. Just roll me an intelligence check to see if you recognize what insect that is.
Oh, let it be a scarab. Let it be a scarab.
It's totally a scarab.
I want it to be a scarab. It's a natural 20!
No one else needs to roll. Bocam just immediately recognizes it. It is a locust.
So close.
Mm-hmm.
Going Old Testament tonight. And that's 4. This is good. What was the ones? Was there drowning in the 10 plagues? I forget. No. Not really.
There was firstborns, there was frogs, there was locusts eat
Locusts.
everything.
Disease. Yeah.
Disease. I don't know. I think there was famine.
I'm thinking of the Horseman of the Apocalypse.
Yeah.
There's
Well, I'm taking us down a road. I shouldn't be doing that. We should just be following this road.
Water to blood.
Meow. Bocam
I
runs.
guess it's a good thing that Wendy is little like me, or she would have fallen in there.
Wendy!
No one else really knows why I mean, other than Bocam, because since he was the one that experienced it, no one really knows why the land just decided to give out. Right there.
Be on the lookout for anything else.
Wendy! Wendy, where are you?
Meow. Giotto! Which way?
Further northeast.
And just point in that direction.
It really does feel like she's following the road. And from here, you can see the backside of the crypt. Right on the back, there's actually a window where you could see the candles.
Ooh.
One of them is lit.
Nanda?
I continue to run. Although knowing that we've solved one part of the puzzle.
Mm-hmm. Gosh. Ugh.
You said the candles are on the inside of the inside of the backside of the building?
Yes.
No?
So when like on the so you can see the backside of the building, like right here.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a small window that lets you see into the building, and you could see these candles. One of them is lit.
Oh, the computer's gonna die.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Okay, got it. And not that I would have known in character, but out of character, was that when Sulfur was in there?
Basically, the first... What did I call it? The first force, the thing that lit up, is what caused the candle to light up,
Got it.
reinforcing the whole survive the 3.
Thank you for that clarification.
This is Bizarchus. It seems like we have to fall into 3 traps. And I'm okay with this.
Yep.
So, as Brenna moves further north, it starts to get a little bit spooky. Think about, like, Scooby-Doo entering a graveyard because you find the gate to a graveyard.
Ruh-roh.
Ah. Darn tools.
Wendy, did you go in there?
No response. And you start to... One thing that you've noticed as you walk through this path is that there are more and more dead trees.
I feel like whatever the third thing is, or second is maybe what killed these trees.
As you walk into the graveyard, you notice this little road right here, and an inner one, and around it are bones scattered about, and a bunch of gravestones, tombstones.
I'm just going to jump right into the middle of that road.
Okay. You see a lot of disheveled dirt. It doesn't look very clear, but there are 2 shovels right there.
I run up and investigate this dirt mound.
Okay.
What is this big thing right here?
A statue. A stone statue. It seems to be staring right in front of where Bocam is, because what you find while you're there is a centerpiece of the graveyard. Compared to the others, it looks like it is a lot more well kept. And there is one more note, another note on top of it.
Ready? What does it say?
Hold on, let me find it.
You got it.
It's a crumpled page that, I put it on the tombstone, but it really is wrapped around one of the shovels. And it says, "Only the best may wield what is underneath the earth."
I start to dig.
As soon as you grab the shovel and as soon as you force that metal part into the ground, you just hear an eerie whisper. Lots of people are whispering you today. You're popular. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
What would you have me do, my lord?
Also, on the plaque, there's a plaque on one side right here. Wrong tool. Right here, and on the other side. So Giotto and Bocam can see it. The plaque is scratched out. You only are able to see one word, or 1.5 words. It says Smitty Werbin.
Jordan Mervyn Jägermeister, the greatest of all time, something like that. He was number 1.
So far, you get a inspiration.
Yeah.
Was Spitty Warbin, whatever his name was he a farmer?
No, but if you can tell me what the full name is, I'll give you another inspiration point.
I don't know. Sorry.
Who here likes SpongeBob?
Betty Merkin Jägermeister the first.
I'm old.
It's like Smitty Werbin Jagerman Jensen something.
Nut Muffins, you got it. It's Smitty Werbin Jägerman Jensen.
Yeah, that's it.
Do you already have a
I
inspiration?
do, so I will give one back to Bocam.
Okay. So as you continue to dig, the voice intensifies. That's mine. Leave it alone.
You are very needy today, sir. And I continue to look around to see where it came from.
Who are you talking to?
Voices in my head!
Do you continue digging?
Nah. Let me keep moving.
Okay. What is everyone else doing?
I'm gonna inspect this statue right here to see if it looks different.
Okay. The statue that's by Sulfur and the one that is by Yohara and Brenna, both of them are staring right at the tomb. It's almost as if they are the protectors of it.
Okay.
And It doesn't look like they've moved in ages.
What are they made out of?
I just want to say stone. I'll keep it simple. Yeah, it's just stone.
The finest marble.
It's not as well kept as the crypt.
Oh my god, as a
It does
DM,
look like
it
it's
makes me
aged.
so happy that that question was confusing.
I would like to reach out and touch this one
Mhm.
and cast Bestow Curse to give it, if possible, disadvantage on strength.
Okay. As a DM, are all of my rolls hidden from y'all? Or do I need to do something specific?
Did you
We
roll
close
already?
our eyes.
Not yet.
We'll see. They're usually not, since you're using my my stats. Or my-
Oh, okay. Oh, so yeah, it only goes to me. So you don't know what happens. It remains motionless.
If that is the case, then I'd like to move to the other one and do the same.
Okay. Still nothing.
Well, hopefully that went off.
I'm gonna move to in front of the tomb and cast Earth Tremor on the ground, just to see what happens.
Okay. As you cast Earth Tremor, can you send that to the VTT? I want to know the radius of it.
10 feet, but yes, I will.
10 feet. 10 feet around
Oh.
you, right?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, did not mean to do that. Second time. Should have been the first one.
Okay, so... Well, that also affects Brenna, right? And you, since you're in the center of it?
I was not expecting Brenna to jump in with me. I was hoping they would stay away. Each creature other than you in the area, so not including me.
Okay, so Brenna needs to make a DC 17 dexterity saving throw.
I see
sorry,
it
Brenna.
coming.
You would see Sulfur casting it.
Be like, it's about to get rocky.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, together.
Oh, so
I
nothing
could've-
really...
Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother using the thing. I'm gonna save it.
I'm gonna tell you right now. So the Earth Tremor was actually a really smart idea. What you ended up doing is just shifting. You know how you can sift, like flour or something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So that's what you basically ended up doing, and it just causes the earth and the ground to vibrate away from Sulfur as the centerpiece. And the more you do it, well, Sulfur is fine. It's like anyone else around her. Meanwhile, Brenna's on rocky ground, and she just falls onto the ground, and she takes 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And in doing so, like, while she's on the ground, she can feel the dirt just, like, kind of showering over her. It's not covering her or burying her by any means. But while she's on the ground, it just feels like though someone's pelting you with sand. And over time, finally there is a like mini coffin that is seen. And it turns out Sulfur is just standing on top of it.
I'm just gonna step back a little bit.
What is it?
So it's a small coffin.
Mm-hmm. This tomb right here is its gravestone.
How small are we talking?
It's a 10 foot. So from like here to here. No, actually it's just a 5 foot. It's like this box right here is the coffin. Smitty just got really extra and got the best tombstone there is.
Just use number
So it's
one.
like it's a pretty regular sized coffin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Because
regular
that'd be a
size
big coffin to me. I'm way smaller than 5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I put the tablet down on the coffin.
Okay.
Does anything happen?
So you go here. Nothing happens.
I'll pick it back up again.
Okay. As you pick it back up, you hear the voice once more. This time, you see it right here, as if standing next to Sulfur. Sulfur feels a presence, but she has no idea what it is. Once again, you hear, "Return it to me." And it stays there. But only Bocam can see it. Everyone else can hear it.
Fuck off, ghost.
Now in
Return
terms
what?
of... Let's see.
Can I get your number, baby? You want to go back to your place? Huh?
Everyone roll a Constitution saving throw.
Shit.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Don't hit on the ghost,
Bam.
or I will make problems. I'm sorry.
It just so happens that Giotto and Bocam. So everyone hears a screeching noise. Almost sounds like it's something out of tune. Like it's music someone's trying to play, but the strings are broken. The horns are completely off pitch, and it almost feels like your ears are bleeding. Giotto and Bocam take full damage, while everyone else takes half. Let me see what damage that I need to do for them.
Okay.
I'll just do... Three D10, so Bocam and Giotto, you take 18 points of thunder damage.
Oh!
Everyone else takes 9. As the music dissipates, your ears are ringing. And as you get back to your senses, you realize that the spirit is gone. With the amount of time it took you to clutch your ears and close your eyes, by the time you wake up and visually see and remember what you are doing, the spirit is gone. The tablet vibrates once more in your backpack.
I pull it back out again to see my notification.
You see that the music notes have lit up. 2 forces.
Oh, we're halfway there! As I scream because my eardrums are blasted.
Giotto's just holding his ears going, "Oh, God. Even
Can
a
you just-
drunk bard could make a better note."
Can I try to play this back, but in tune? Or something that sounds more musical?
Go ahead, make a performance check.
Bards, yo.
Catchy.
It is way more soothing to hear Yohara's music compared to the terrible cacophony of whatever it was. It almost feels like you're listening to a lute of some sort that you would stereotypically see on an angel. Is that reference number 5?
Yeah.
And it feels so much cleaner compared to what just happened that everyone regains 5 hit points.
Oh,
Awesome.
neat.
Music to my
Really?
ears.
Healing
Does it
note.
sound like anything we've ever heard before?
No,
Like any song? Okay.
it's just like what you heard was just as if when you go to like a middle school orchestra or middle school, just like a middle school concert. And it's like right before the concert where they're about to play, and it just sounds like, all right, everyone start tuning yourselves.
But the song Yahara played back, that didn't sound like anything from any stories or anything that have been passed down, right?
Mm-mm.
Got it. Okay.
Giotto, what direction is Wendy from here?
West.
That way.
I run to the west.
You come across a wall.
I climb the wall.
It's the other side of the wall when there's a gate right here.
Nice.
Let him climb the wall.
Where there's a wall, there's a way.
I jump off the wall.
Keep remembering to
fancy
click the
about
thingies.
My friends. Oh, there you are.
The kitty's floating and I'm so happy.
The kitty is floating.
Meows.
Oh, no, she's on my desk.
What desk? I see nothing.
Okay, so as you get
I
closer
works great at work.
here, you see so Giotto knows at this point Wendy is west of here. Like there's no mistaking it. She's not waving around anymore. But from here, as soon as you get here, you notice and you can discern a small childlike silhouette right here.
I race. And I pop a healing potion.
Okay. It's like how many? Like 1d4 plus 4?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4. Ah, yeah.
5 points.
Okay.
It's a bad potion.
The silhouette doesn't move. It just seems to be standing there.
I move to the silhouette.
How close? Okay. So as you get closer, you hear muttering.
And darkness.
And finally, once you walk through the fog and all of that, you see a gnome. But he seems to be lost in thought.
Hello? Sir, have you seen a little girl?
No. Where could... Huh? Hi. Can I help you?
We're looking for a little girl. She ran away from our camp.
Oh, a little girl. Huh. Well, no. I've been the only one here. Who are you? Well, funny enough, I'm looking for something myself. I've actually lost something very near and dear to me. You haven't seen a hat around here, have you?
No, but I can make one for you if you want.
No. This was a special hat that was given to me by an old friend. He left, and it actually helps me concentrate, but I feel like the hat is missing its old master, so it disappears every now and then. It hasn't quite accepted me yet. By the way, and he points back further west. You don't want to go there. You can't see. Right. I went over there earlier, and I could not see my hand in front of my face. And then I heard a voice, so I freaked out, and I'm here now, running away.
Do they seem corporeal?
No. Well, no.
Your friend, his name didn't happen to be Smitty, did it?
Smitty, no. Where did you see Smitty?
There's a grave back there that said Smitty.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, I left that thing alone. I try to make sure that I don't really touch any of the stuff here. I'm very superstitious like that. I just want to make sure that I don't disturb anything around here because I don't think I'm welcome here. I've just been checking around, looking around things.
How long have you been here?
Quite a while. I felt like someone was following me. I assume that's you, because these are my footsteps.
Wait, if these are your footsteps, then I don't understand. I thought these were Wendy's footsteps.
Right, you're looking for a girl named, I'm assuming, Wendy. Well, I haven't come across anyone like that.
Does he seem believable?
Roll me an insight
Me too.
check. Go ahead. Both of you roll an insight check.
Oof.
Okay. From what you can tell, it seems like he's telling the truth, because he is, again, he was really lost in thought about this hat of his.
What does the hat look like?
Oh, it's So if you take my clothing, one thing is like when you put it on, it kind of tries to match you, and I think it's a little adorable that way. So usually, whatever I'm wearing, since I'm wearing like this mint green little shirt thing, it's a mint green and it has goggles that look like its eyes. Did I mention that maybe it's sentient? I don't think it likes me though. That's why I feel like it keeps hiding. So if you ever find it, be on the lookout for that. I did at some point ask a different group of people. I put it on a quest board, and they're looking for it too, and I haven't gotten any response.
Aren't you concerned being out here alone? Oh, I'm sorry, Brenna. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, are you staying out here? Like, how would I return it to you if I found it?
Oh, don't worry, I can find you.
So if I find your hat, hold on to it and you will find me.
Mm-hmm. At least that's how I think it works. I haven't had the hat very long. It gets away from me a lot. I usually find it, but it's a mischievous one. And what was your question, Miss? You in the back?
Genuinely don't remember. Oh, aren't you concerned being out here alone?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. This place is terrifying.
Why don't you come along with us then? That way, if we find the hat, you'll have the hat.
I mean,
You'll
I
be safe.
suppose so. It's always nice to be among friends.
Before we continue on, is this gnome thoroughly distracted with this conversation?
Yes.
I want to try to just get into its blind spot.
Okay.
And I make no noise when I move because I'm wearing the the boots of elven kind.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to try to see if I could maybe sleight of hand moving around some of his stuff just to see what he has on him.
Okay. Mm, 16. So you're able to. He's really distracted. You're able to kind of just look into his pockets, and all that you can find is just a basic dagger, a whip, and a few potions, healing potions.
Does the whip look used?
No. It's safe. It's very much like wrapped in it, and it's like around his hip.
Okay.
But he does have it like ready, like Indiana Jones style. If he's gonna use it, he'll just flick it out. But it doesn't look terribly worn. So I should clarify actually what you see here. So this character that you see isn't like, obviously he isn't gnome. What he's wearing is he has these, his hands are wrapped, and around his elbows are spiked gauntlets. So he's able to do some elbows. His feet and his shins also have that same type of armament. So it looks like he is primarily a hand-to-hand combatant.
Oh. So he does look fighting capable.
Mm-hmm.
Giotto, where's the girl?
Still west.
Mm-hmm. And as you scream that, he freaks out because he didn't realize you were there, and he goes, what are you doing? Why are you there? Wait, were you looking and checking me out?
Chill out, short stuff. It's not about you.
Oh. Okay.
Giotto,
Hello.
where's the girl? And I'm trying to blow him off so that I'd like quickly change the subject to something more critical.
Still that way. She's
Okay.
still that way.
Well, I guess I'll tag along with you. I'm Gur, by the way.
My God.
Love it.
What was the name?
Gur.
Grr.
Oh dear God. You're lying!
Meow.
With that, he moves forward with you. Let me add his name to it.
Doom, I will sing you the Doom song.
Doom, 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 doom,
Doom, doom, doom, doom.
doom. I had that on a burnable CD when I was younger, going through my angst phase.
See, as
Don't forget the stuff
Bocam,
we found on Napster.
Yeah, well,
and then we downloaded it through LimeWire.
LimeWire, Kazaa, Morpheus. Oh my God.
As you approach, you realize at some point the dirt road ends, and now Bocam is stepping onto solid stone.
I stomp on it. Damn it! Not again.
Can I see if I can send a message to Wendy in the meantime?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to try to send out a message just saying, we found another friend. Where are you? Have you found your friend?
Oh, I think so. Don't worry, I'm safe though. You should meet him.
Guys, she found her friend, whoever her friend is, and said we should meet him.
Uh-oh.
I don't think this is good.
Kids.
Is she still west, Giotto?
Yes.
Meow.
So, as you get to just about where Brenna is, you find yourselves in front of a giant gate. The stone does not match the ground that you are standing. It is blackened.
I hold out the tablet.
Okay?
Is the tablet of the same color stone?
No. I made it look like that, but I didn't change it into the sandstone.
I didn't
realize.
I didn't even notice.
I'm going to cast Magic Awareness.
Okay. Within 60 feet of you. You don't sense anything.
Besides our magical shenanigans.
Is the door closed?
Yes.
Does it have knockers?
Yes, you're going to have to slap the knockers around a little bit.
Does it also have lip braziers?
No. But you find at this point that the fog is at its thickest here. Gur wasn't lying about that. And actually, he's like cautiously trailing behind because he is afraid.
I light a torch and I drop it just to my south in front of Giotto.
Okay?
I knock on the door.
The door opens.
Ding dong.
Wendy, are you in there?
As we're getting ready to go in, I just like to rack my brain for a song or a tale or something that'll relate to this just in case I need it. Essentially, I'm just rolling on a table to impart some fun effect later on.
Okay.
I pull out the Wand of Wonder,
Okay.
just in case.
Where is my D12? Cool. Got it. All right. Are we going in?
I push the door open.
The door already opened as soon as Brenna knocked on it.
I heard that and I didn't pay any attention. I'm sorry. I move inside.
You're fine.
Going in.
Okay. But as you can tell, it's real. The fog is at its worst here, so you're only able to see 10 feet in front of you.
I begin to scan the room, shouting, Wendy, 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 Wendy.
The further you push in, the more you start to see graves. Just scattered about. Bones clattering, or bones that have just clattered onto the ground. You also begin to see from where you're at standing. You're seeing weapons. Just strewn about. There we go.
Anything good in the weapons?
No, they're all worn.
Do we see any dust over anything? Does it look like it's been this way for a long time?
Yes. Cobwebs are starting to appear. It's your standard Scooby-Doo creepiness.
Nothing fresh, like...
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Next to Giotto you can tell he is near a hill. Like he can walk uphill if he goes southward, further south.
Elevation on my side.
I continue to keep moving in and trying to get more of a scope of the land.
Okay. Trying to make sure... Trying to make sure I stay true to my 10-foot thing. Let's see here and here.
Can I say that we take the time to search? Or is it critical that we go bit by bit, just in case we run into something?
As Brenna gets to where she is right now,
That answers that.
you hear another voice. As soon as I find the voice I need. Visitors and living ones at that. Oh, it's been so long since I've received those. And to what do I owe the pleasure of 5 trespassers on my domain?
5?
I'll look back
Here?
at Gur.
You realize that Gur isn't there anymore.
Son of a bitch.
We are looking for a girl.
We weren't trying to trespass. That's why I knocked. We're looking for a little girl who ran away from our camp. Who she said she was coming up here to find her friend.
A girl. Who are you? What do you call yourselves?
We have a warrant.
I'm Brenna.
Bocam, Mo Sam.
Giotto Bondo.
Sulfur.
Yahara.
And what do I call your group? I understand that you've met the Bloodhounds.
They
They
suck.
didn't look like very friendly people.
From what I can tell, they were. From what we could tell, they were inhospitable.
Oh,
Impressive.
they were terrible. Absolutely dreadful.
We are, or at least what the caravan calls us. Anytime we form, we are a vanguard.
Vanguard. I see. My apologies. And you said you seek a child, not I.
Of course, I have a spell that helps me locate the child and led me here, and our bard friend here was in contact with them. Said they found the friend.
Oh, and I remember a child. Very youthful. Child this did pass by here. Red hair, full of youth and energy. We crossed blades. She had more respect than some of you. By the way, this is all coming through the fog. You don't really know where the voice is coming from.
You crossed blades? The child?
Very much. She was eager. If you would like, you can roll an insight check to see if he was lying.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Hell no.
Anyone else? Or is it just... Okay. Giotto and Sulfur know that this is the truth.
Giotto, where's the girl?
do I still track her?
No. The spell has worn. You have no idea where she is now.
I don't know. I can't pick her up with my spell anymore.
God.
I can try to talk with her, but she doesn't tell me where she is.
Is she still alive?
Oh, she very much is. To tell you the truth, I actually have been told of your coming. You are the Vanguard, liberators of the weak, protectors of justice. Looking upon you now, I am unconvinced. From what I've been told, as the spirits have told me, ever since you set foot on my grounds, you are no different from any other grave-robbing killers I've silenced. Are you sure you're here for the girl, or are you here for me?
Ahem. The girl? Not you. It's not about you.
Came in here looking for Wendy. But if you're who I've heard stories of, I did want to see if I could help because it sounded like you wish to be free of this place.
We all wish certain things.
This is Bizarchus out of character. Should we say the thing that that Keisha told us to say?
I was just about to double check to make sure I have. So I didn't. I immediately forgot everything.
No, I
apologize.
sent it into Vanguard Tactics.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I did.
I'm so excited.
Yahara then is going to say it out loud with this thread. I remain. Does that ring a bell?
And I'll hold up the tablet.
The first thing he notes is what is said. So you hear. There's a pause for a moment, and afterwards he responds. How do you know of that? That is a piece I had written long ago, alongside an adventurer, full of heart, pure of corruption. Their name was...
Keisha, and I am a turtle.
No. I do not remember. I love it, though. Like you, they were different, unique. They did not come for me seeking glory, but understanding. After I gave them what they sought, we battled. They were a formidable foe, but they could not accomplish what everyone before them have tried to do. Upon realizing their defeat, they were spared. I let them go to continue their journeys in search of more stories to tell.
So you felt
look-
like us.
Yes.
So you admit
She looked
that
a
we're-
lot like your turtle friend over there.
So you admit that we are different and unique and not common grave robbers?
To an extent, yes. From what you have been doing, I assumed you are here to kill me. Just like the others before me. Many have come here seeking glory, hoping to be the one to bring my head.
I don't want to kill you, but if you want to be freed, I would like to be able to free you.
It is funny that you ask that. If you would indulge me.
Oh, sure.
Well then. Before he responds, you notice a bright green light pierce through the fog. It almost feels like it's scanning each and every one of you. Strong spirits, all of you. If you would indulge me, I will reveal the child's fate to you in exchange for what but one task.
Okay.
Defeat me in a duel, which all of you may participate. Accept, and we will begin shortly. Refuse, and I will allow you to go about your business on your search among the mist.
Let's do this shit!
If we defeat you, how will you let us know her fate?
It's a duel. You didn't say it had to be a duel to the death, right? It's just a duel.
He does not
Many
respond.
dead bodies?
Yohara and Bokam, make a perception check.
Oh, we're in a graveyard. I would assume that there's a couple.
It's a crit.
Nice.
Both of you notice that the fog has filled up even more. It's thicker behind you. You are now surrounded in the fog.
When Buck had a torch, did it do anything to the fog around?
It made it slightly easier. Like, if you were 10 feet away, you wouldn't have noticed until about 5 feet in.
Can somebody open a window? It's real stuffy in here.
I don't see that we have a choice. We need to find Wendy.
Is
And
there
Wendy
an
was
option
there.
C?
No response.
Cowabunga it is then. And he cracks his knuckles and... I'm ready.
Does
Do
everyone
it.
agree?
Yes.
Agreed.
Okay. As you do so, the mist begins to dissipate around you. Someone is revealed on top of a pedestal. In
Bruh.
addition, So the fog lifts around you, fully revealing the area. You do not mistake it for a second. This area has been stained with blood and has seen many, many battles. You realize that it is not a statue that is in front of you, but a samurai wearing shaded armor, sitting elegantly, unmoving. And as you get a closer look at the warrior, you notice their rotted face and their exposed skull.
Dope.
Forgive the deception. We all have our intentions. I may not remember much of those that I meet, but I know myself. I am a being of honor. With that said, these are a means of evening the odds. Myself versus the 5 of you is obviously unfair. After he speaks, areas around the vanguard begin to twitch and crack. To the north, wisps begin to gather and spin, increasing in speed until finally a fully created... I lost my spot. A fully created spirit is formed, slowly descending into the ground. First, let me reveal this entire area for you.
Hmm. Big ol' spot.
Why do I hear boss music?
That's just the normal music. I'm just.
I had
host.
boss music planned, but Twitch would not have allowed me to play it.
We'll play it in our hearts.
You could always just give us the name and we could play it for ourselves.
That's fair. So a spirit slowly descends into the ground. Let's see. The tree branches in the north begins to shake. It is revealed to be the staff of an undead mage. An arm pops out of the ground, pulling a corpse out of the earth. As it pulls its torso out, it grabs one of the crossed swords before grabbing the other, straightening its posture. Lastly, a creature bursts out of the rubble, letting out a roar before smashing its fists together. And finally, the samurai begins to move. So let me grab one thing real quick.
Okay. Oh.
Fully expected the map and the miniatures.
It is so nice to be on the other side and to be like, I don't know what's happening. This is great.
This is fun. I love this group. Love every group, but especially this one.
Give it turns.
There we go. The samurai finally begins to move, and as they stand, it looks as if they were a usual zombie, hunched and lurched over. Until their bones begin to snap and crack into place. The warrior stands, fully upright, taking his helmet and slowly placing it on his head. With a quick motion of his hand across his face, a mask flashes across. Slowly, he grabs the air as if holding on to something. The more you stare, the more you realize the handle of a katana appeared. Several seconds, a green flame begins to grow out of the handle. The being raises its flaming sword above its head, grasps the item in both hands, and finally, a true katana strike. He swings his weapon forward, waving the flames away, revealing nothing but a pristine blade, where he holds his stance. Since you so very much asked, I will enlighten you with my tale. As he speaks, this whole motion that he made of revealing himself is what he says as. So this entire transformation, he is speaking the very following. Long ago, I had a life like anyone else. I lived it as much as I could, created numerous memories and experiences that one could enjoy. Some might say that I lived a full life, even though it was cut short. Eventually, I had met my unfortunate and abrupt end. It's been so long since then that to this day, I have no memory of how it happened. I've always believed that once one passes, one must begin anew somewhere else. Yet here I am, forced to exist in a realm I do not belong in anymore. Every day, every night, I am forced to be an attraction to random strangers. Those who have somehow heard of my tale will have come to visit for cheap entertainment or thrill, as if I was some sick sideshow. Every day I witness these people's laughter and merriment. I had forgotten what it felt like, and in an effort to remember, I'd follow along close to a group. I must mind my distance, however, for if I follow too closely, they'd sense my presence. Many times have people turned around and stared at me, or through me, in horror reminding me that I am no longer one of them, but someone or something that isn't natural. Why am I here? That I do not know. How did I get here? Yet another mystery to be solved. My one clue is this thread. This withered, frayed piece of string holding me in place. It has kept me here before and after my expiration, though I still do not know why. I hope my questions are answered one day. But until then, I have one thing. With this thread, I will find the answers I seek. With this thread, I am tethered to the land of the living. And with this thread, I remain. At the end, that's when he waves his sword in ready of a battle stance. And that, because it's 9:10 o'clock, is where we will be ending our session today.
In the anticipation of a 5-on-5. Woo!
Hey, what a cliffhanger.
All right. Great.
Is that Wendy
great.
behind you ready to like wreck us?
No. That's,
Huh? This?
what is a child?
No, that is not a child.
I
That
just
is
love the SpongeBob references, though.
That is fun.
actually, so there were 3 references in this entire thing. So the first one, if you've seen the movie Logan, where it is the end of the Wolverine, I depicted the entire final battle where they run through the forest and the military is trying to kill Logan and kill the children.
No spoilers.
My apologies.
No
We
worries.
can probably leave that.
Forgot all about that.
It's
Have
okay.
you not seen that?
I
It
have,
doesn't-
yeah. No, but
Don't spoil anything for anybody who has.
Yeah,
yeah.
for other people that are watching, I should probably cut that.
If you haven't seen
My
it,
bad.
you should.
It's totally fine.
Oh, it's
If you
beautiful.
haven't seen it, it's been like freaking 6 years.
That doesn't matter. There's an entire Library of Congress. I'm not going to ruin every book for you because it's been there for ages. Have
The
you
second
read
one?
every bit of Moby Dick? No?
No, that's true. No, he has a point. I really shouldn't have. I got a little ahead of myself there.
It's okay. You didn't,
But
you
no,
didn't
I
give away
get
any
the
of the biggest
reference.
part. You didn't give away the biggest part. You're totally fine.
hmm The second one was Keratin got it. It was the Courage the Cowardly Dog reference.
Nice.
I copied or referred to it as much as I could regarding the tablet.
Turn the slab.
I was hoping that you would return to it at some point. I was going to trigger the locusts a lot sooner, but we'll get to that since I feel like we're getting into the post-show. But for now, we're done for today. So did everyone have fun?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
work. Great work.
Oh, yeah.
I had a wonderful time. It was so... I can see how fun it is when everyone's kind of just dancing around the shadows
Oh, yeah.
and they're all waiting for something to pop up.
No, yeah. It
I was
gets
like-
wild like that.
I'm like looking at my spell list, like, man, what can I do right now? What can I do right now? And I'm like, oh boy.
The guy lost his hat, though. I wanted to know if it was a "We Are Number One" hat, just because.
Right? I'm just like, do I open? What is it?
I am number one. I'm number
Schmitty Wigger Min something.
Yeah. I can't say anything until you complete the whole thing.
Right.
Because you still need to make the decision of, because you can always double back after this. So
Gonna go steal the hat
Okay.
and the foam finger.
Well, great work today, man. This is awesome. How do you feel?
thank you so much. I didn't realize how smooth it was gonna go. I guess I didn't give myself enough credit in terms of improv, because I would just start saying the first thing that came to my mind whenever y'all said something.
Yeah, we got some wild things, and you get used to it after a bit. Don't realize how good you are until you have people do some points.
That's true.
All right, so congratulations on your first ever Rand game, man.
Thank you so much.
This is going to go up tomorrow at 10:15 p.m. on YouTube, Berserkers Productions. You're going to be able to find it here. So it's going to be immortalized, and congratulations on your bits that I see that came through, and the subscriptions, man. These are all going to come to you. I'll calculate and tabulate and get them to you next week.
I really do just appreciate all the support that everyone's given me. I know that Biz and we talked about when I wanted to have this session, and I remember saying like towards the end of August. The main reason why is I usually don't know how to celebrate my birthday. I'm just awkward like that, and so I couldn't think of a better way. My birthday is next Tuesday, but I consider this.
Happy birthday!
Hell yeah!
I consider this as just as good of a present as like celebrating it.
Awesome.
So
Totally a party.
definitely.
I'm glad that you feel that way. We're going to go ahead and get to rating. Thank you, everybody, for being here for the stream. Thank you so much, Horsenio, for this amazing adventure. And yeah, we got to come back. There's a whole other party we got to try to kill. I will see you all again really soon, and take care. Thank you so much for watching today. All right. And we're ready.
We are through.
Oh, it's gonna.
Great job, man. Great job.
I'm excited. I got some high levels shenanigans I want to pull at initiative.
Oh, wow.
This is such a great environment, and I picked so many useless fucking spells for the type of character that I have. This is our jam. Why did I pick all this crap?
Oh,
This was awesome.
Thank you so much. To be honest, I was expecting y'all to mess with everything. So when y'all stopped at the graveyard, I was like, and you're going straight through it. I was like, shit.
I think the reason being is mostly just because of
Time.
Wendy. No, Wendy.
Oh yeah.
Once
fair.
we started realizing like this is buried here, this is that there, we could always come back. It didn't become as critical for us to explore it. So I really did want to know what those things were. But then I started realizing you mentioned like a ton of times respect, like a warrior's grave, a warrior's death, and I'm like, don't touch it. So that was my first inclination, like, oh no. The moment that happens, bad shit's gonna happen. So you need to pull away.
And our cleric here was like super respectful of all the graves. Like, how could I do anything else?
Yeah.
That's true.
So it was just about finding Wendy and making sure that she was okay, which she still isn't, which is kind of making me nervous.
That making me nervous too. It also makes me nervous how a little girl ran into the woods to pick a fight.
This has been Wendy the whole time.
I guess we could go over, because we don't really know a lot about Wendy, right? We didn't really talk about that, we didn't really, as a caravan, we didn't really inquire that much on Wendy, right?
We just heard a mom yelling that her little girl is missing, and we're like, oh crap!
Like in a supermarket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we didn't go over Wendy too much, but before you go on too far, some of that stuff will be revealed later on in the season, or later on in the campaign. But did you want to reveal what's currently there?
Yeah. So if you remember, like 40 episodes ago, at some point Wendy did do the same thing, and she got bit by a spider. I think.
She
Yeah.
did.
And it was her explanation when she was getting yelled at by Christy and them was that she wants to be like you. She wants to be an adventurer just like you. And so she probably heard Keisha's story and just assumed like, oh, this is an adventure. We get to meet, like she saw Keisha's energy and she wanted to match it. Like Keisha was excited to meet a legend. And well, that's what adventurers do. So she rushed.
I'm just going to apologize for next week, but I'm sorry, Arsenio.
No, it's okay. We don't have to have a session next week. We can even take a break or anything like that. Though I don't really know how everyone else is going to feel about the hiatus now that there's a cliffhanger.
I want to go.
Yeah, I don't think he's apologizing he can't show up. I think he's apologizing for whatever shenanigans he's gonna pull.
Oh, that is fine. I thought
It's a false apology because he does
That's
not
right.
actually feel sorry.
So are we
ultimately-
doing this next week?
that'll be up to y'all.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
that really is up to everybody else. If we're all good with doing that, then I don't mind us continuing this on for one more week.
I will say that I don't know if there is enough, I guess, material left to fulfill like a full session.
There are 5 of us. I'm pretty sure that we can make it.
I mean, we spent the whole episode on a road, and we're like, "Yep, let's go check that rock. All right, gotta go check the water. All right, now we gotta
Yeah,
see
that's
the tree."
Don't-
And it's like you
We
could
will
give,
go back, yeah.
yeah, we'll just
Don't-
go back the way we came, and then go do
Right.
more shit.
Exactly.
Okay,
You could literally
Also-
put us back in the caravan and we could interact with Kisha for 45 minutes. I mean,
that's
Oh, yeah,
fair.
Exchange
Also-
stories.
we have no trouble with it.
Right?
And we also haven't seen the whole group of people that Creature was protecting.
Exactly.
Oh, there's material.
And
There's
things to do.
we'd like to go back and see what is in the grate.
And don't underestimate how long combat takes.
It takes
Yeah.
a long
That's-
ass time. You have
that's
5.
true.
You have 5 creatures that we have to fight against. It's gonna take a long time.
Oh,
Okay.
you're gonna hate. Anyway, no, I'm just gonna leave it there. I may share with Nubs, and that's it.
You mean you're
That's
gonna
fine.
share with Nubs? You're
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
to share with Nubs.
The
Man,
other thing
also, go ahead.
Arsenio couldn't share was the whole process. It was funny watching him make the map, and he goes, I have an idea, but I can't tell you." And then it's like, well, do you want to? And he would send me he sent me a photo of like this sheet that he had, but he scribbled all over it, so I couldn't read it. And I'm just
Yeah.
like,
I was like, I did the thing, but I censored it. At least it kind of like saved or gave gave me the feeling that I showed it to you without showing it to you.
Nice. Well, hey man. Also, I just did the calculations. You just made $20 today.
Oh, cool!
Nice.
Nice.
To be honest, you even surprised me. I wasn't expecting any of
Hit you
those
with
royalties to go
You're
towards
doing
me.
you're doing all the work. I'm just playing here. I'm enjoying.
I
it.
know, but you've been doing this for 43 episodes, so it's. I mean, I just didn't expect to get any kind of currency from it. I just wanted to try this. All that pushing really just got me here, and so I wasn't expecting to get paid for it.
Community.
Well, you're doing awesome.
Doing a great job.
Thank you.
Okay, so if you guys are all good, I'm going to go ahead and close out the session. But I'm going to keep everything as is. Let's discuss in Discord how we feel about maybe same time next week. And if everybody's cool with it, same bat time, same bat channel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll keep the Vanguard muted on my end so I don't spoil anything on.
Okay. No
Perfect.
worries.
Then I could share my idea with my initiative ideas in there.
Sounds great.
Yep. I think when I mute Vanguard Tactics, the thing is I can't see any of the threads in it. So
That's
if you have anything you want to craft or anything like that, I can't help.
I can help
Roger.
with that.
So
Okay. Wishing you guys all the best. I'm going to take off. So
Yeah.